Mic check 1 2, mic check 1 2, mic check 1 2, mic check 1 2, mic check, mic check, mic check, miggity 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 miggity, mic check 1 2, mic check 1 2, mic check, 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 mic check. Mic check 1 2. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Random show settings, random show settings, random show settings. We're back once again. Day number 1 of 31. Day number 1 of 31. We go again. We don't stop until we get to the 31 days. Doesn't matter how many times I have to restart this, I'm gonna fucking do it. Okay? We're not gonna skip any days. If we skip a day, we start again. We don't mess around over here. We don't mess around over here. So big up everybody tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for logging in. Day number 1 of the 31 day marathon. We're trying to hit 500 members by the end of the 31 days. Actually, you know what? This gives me all the time actually to get the 500 members. This gives me all the time. This is actually a blessing. This is actually a gift from God. This is actually a gift from God to hit 500 members. So if you want to help out the community, give the membership, have a membership for yourself, or if you don't want to do that, like the channel, subscribe to the channel, join the Discord, complain about me on there, rant about me on there, pontificate and debate about me on there, criticize and insult me on there, because that's also part of the fun. Okay? 500 members, end of the 31 days. We're starting day 1 again because I missed a couple of days because I was off sick, unfortunately. I've been off sick for the last couple of days. I mentioned it at length on the Taz show. I'm still coughing out a bit of a rough float. I still mentioned it at the start of Taz, episode number 907, just dropped. It's available now on my channel. If you haven't checked that out, check it out. I talked at length where I had it. In short, I've got this sports-related asthma, and also I suffer from really bad allergies. So, you know, summer is not the right time for me. I think traditionally, if you look at my history of like making content around this time, I'm always, you know what I mean? I'm always MIA because the asthma flares up. I start wheezing. I've got this little whistle that goes on. Like, if you're ever around me in real life, you'll probably hear it. Like, there's a little like whistle I do. This little wheezy, heezy noise I do, which is fucking awful. Now I'm fatter than what I used to be, but when I used to run all the time, 20 miles a week and shit, half marathons and shit, I was still like this. So, and it's really annoying because I never had asthma when I was a kid. Like, I only got asthma when I was like 21 or something. You know, like sports related asthma. Like, imagine that, sport related asthma. And the hay fever stuff, allergies is fucking awful. It probably doesn't help because don't get me wrong. Does my extracurricular use of adult multivitamins exasperate my issues? Probably, but I've always had them. Even before I was in the adult multivitamins hype, I always had these issues. It's just something that I have, unfortunately. I have to carry an asthma pump around with me all the time when I'm going out and shit. You know, I've always got a little asthma pump on me, which is a little bit dorky and lame when you're going raving and you have to fucking do little fucking sucks in to get air in. So yeah, I've been a bit mad. I've been a mad one, but appreciate everybody that was checking in. Appreciate everybody that cared. Appreciate all the complaints and shit. That also shows that you're caring. Obviously, you know, I still stuck to a schedule, so I can't really complain to you guys or bitch and moan because, you know, I said I'll stick to a schedule. I didn't, so apologies for that one. But we're gonna get started again, okay? We're gonna get started again. Day 1, let's freaking go. We're not stopping until we get to day 31. Doesn't matter how many times I have to jump off that horse, doesn't matter how many times I fall off the horse. At least as long as I jump back on, that's the most important thing. So big up everybody for tuning in, big up everybody for sticking by me, big up everybody for believing me, big up everybody for not believing in me. That's also important, by the way. I grew up in the household where, like, your dreams sometimes weren't encouraged, you know? Your dreams were sometimes questioned. And I think that's important. I think sometimes it's important to grow up in a household where your parents, your siblings are your biggest haters. Because I think if you grow up in a household where your parents or siblings are your biggest haters, you're impervious, you're impenetrable to hate. You cannot be swayed or kicked off your deen. Nobody can fucking kick you off your fucking path. Nobody can make you cry. Nobody can fucking cyberbully you. Cyberbullying? Bruh, I've been getting bullied at home since I was a child. My mum and dad have been bullying me since I was born. I've been bullying my brothers. The brothers been bullying me. You get me? I've been getting bullied since day dot. You can't bully me. I think it's super important. Although that being said, I was speaking the other day to a friend of mine, and she was saying something like, I think she was complaining to me about boys and shit. Oh, guys don't like me. I remember she said something that was quite interesting. She said to me like, oh, I grew up in a household where like my mum, like, basically I had a lot of love. She basically said, I grew up in a household where I had a lot of love. Me and my brother, her and her brother are really close. Mum and dad are always very loving and supporting. They had a little bit of a falling out, but they've kind of all gotten back into where they were before. But mostly it's all been love and roses. So she was saying to me that she doesn't really need a man for that, which is interesting perspective. I was like, never heard that. She's like, I don't really need a man for that. I don't really need to be like love bombed and to be like adored that way. I need a different kind of love, but I don't need that kind of love because I already had that at home. I don't need that in a man, which is different. But I think that's a good thing because that kind of lets you understand what you're kind of looking for. And if you know what you're looking for, maybe you can find what you want. So that maybe is where people can maybe be a little bit more emotionally, relationship more mature. So I think same thing when it goes to this content sort of stuff. You know, it's hard to be like, it's hard to get your feelings hurt when, like, you know, constantly you've been criticized at home. And also I think in general, when you, this is kind of toxic to say this, but I think especially in African households, I think it's actually for the better that you grow up in a household where sometimes your parents don't encourage you to, like, I don't know, I want to be an artist. Maybe it's good that your parents don't really encourage it, and then you have to get a fucking doctorate and then do your art on the side, because then you still got the doctorate. If the art doesn't work out, you still got the fucking doctorate. Do you know what I mean? I think it's actually, sometimes it can actually work out to be a good thing. Or sometimes just doing something that you don't want to do can also strengthen you and build you up and, you know, turn you into a better person. All that to say is day one. All that preamble to say is day one. All that preamble. Yeah. But yeah, I'm back. Big up the stream chat, big up everybody tuning in, big up Damaz 197, big up Uche Wagwan darling, big up Mech, big up Silver Wrench, big up Joe for MIA, what's good PP? Happy 4th day of day one. Yeah. I think it's the 4th, but I think it might be the 4th. Big up Joe for MIA, big up Jordan Ray. Eze trying to gaslight us. Yo, to be honest, right? The older you get, the more you start turning into your parents. I am my father's son. I am a mother's son. And if you know anything about my parents, I've told you this via this stream, they were the gaslighting kings. They're African, like, to the, because I think Angola, the country where I'm from, is a little bit whitewashed, you know, don't get me wrong. We speak Portuguese there. I've got a funny name. Most of our dishes are very European inspired and shit. They're not very African-y based and whatnot. You know, it's a bit of it's an annoying country. If you go to Angola and you can't speak Portuguese, like I can't speak Portuguese, they look down on you. Even though that language isn't our language of our country. You know, that's the country of the fucking, do you know what I mean? That's the countries of the oppressors and shit. 500 years of colonization. 500 years. And these niggas, they love Portugal. Now, so that's why you meet, sometimes if you go to Angola, you meet Angolan people who like fake lie that they're from Portugal, or they'll say they're from Brazil, or they're from Cape Verde, or they're from Mozambique and shit. Like, annoying country, right? Annoying African country. But Africans are Africans. Africans are Africans. And if anything, if some of you guys on stream chat know, if you're fucking from a Hispanic country, Latino country, if you're from Asian shit, you know, immigrants, minorities, whatever, non-white people, masters, maybe white families are masters of passive aggressiveness. Maybe you guys have found that in your household. Passive aggression is probably high. But African parents, what they're high in, gaslighting. They were gaslighting before the term even existed. Before the term even existed, they were gaslighting. So if I'm repeating some of those things, I'm my father's son. I'm my mother's son. That's it. Gaslighting kings, man. Gaslighting kings. Anyway, let's go. First things first. I'm a big fan of Red Scare podcast. I'm not going to lie. I've been watching it for a long time. Lately, or listening to the podcast for a long time, I'm actually subscribed to the Patreon. There's not a lot of patrons I subscribe to. I give Patreon money to Tim Dillon. I'll give Patreon money to Cutting Room Floor. I've given Patreon money to Red Scare, and who else? I think that's it. Those are 3 people I give Patreon monies to. Oh, and First Floor. This is podcast. It's like it's a newsletter on Substack. Those are things I pay for. So I actually pay for Red Scare, right? I love the podcast. Love the girls, Dasha and Anna, right? I love them, right? But I'm not gonna lie. When it comes to talking about black topics and shit, or stuff concerning minorities, it can get a little bit touchy on that podcast. I'm not gonna lie. Make you feel a little bit uneasy because you've grown up with people like this before, but it's very obvious that Anna and Dasha don't have black friends, which is kind of weird because they're these like coastal elites. They live in New York. They make good money from their pod. They're kind of hipstery. They're in the Dime Square crew, Dime Square fucking contingent of people. They, you know, attractive people, women and shit. And they live in New York, right? Multicultural city. And you wouldn't think, but I was thinking about it just now as I was preparing my drink actually. I was thinking, how is it? It's kind of weird if you live in New York and you're in the scene that they're in, but you don't really have a lot of black friends. But I thought to myself, that's not true. I'd imagine New York is like London. Although it's multicultural and it's whatever, it's also very busy and bustling. You could definitely be in your own little bubble, in your own little silo in New York. You could have your friends that are just look like you. You don't need to, just because it's New York and people look all like they're from all over the world, doesn't mean you interact with them. You could just be passing them by. Doesn't mean they're your friends or they're in your social group. Anyway, all that to be said, I always find it a little bit cringe when the Red Scare girls talk about anything relating to race. I'm not gonna lie. I find it incredibly cringe, very awkward and weird, verging on a sense of uncomfortable. Now, Red Scare, I've been slowly waning off of listening to it. I think recently they've been back to, like, you know, their best. I think in the past, I'm not gonna lie, as much as I love Red Scare, I'm kind of got put off with Red Scare because of Dasha's laugh. I know some guys get turned on by it. I know some guys are into Dasha. They love her look. Some guys, like Dasha getting married recently was like 9/11 for a lot of guys on the timeline who love Dasha, right? You know, don't really care either way when it comes to looks and shit. But I kind of got off putting listening to podcasts because of Dasha's laugh. Like, if you know anything about what to listen to Red Scare, you know what I'm talking about. That giggle, that cackle that she does, it's just too much. I couldn't listen to it, so I had to kind of like put it to the side. But when they talk about race and stuff, it gets a bit hard. So this tweet has gone viral from Anna, right? This retweet, and the best person ever chewed her out, and I'm hoping this will make them revise their tendencies and whatever to get into conversation when it comes to race stuff. Because when everything else, when it comes to culture, when it comes to criticizing dirtbag left, when it comes to fucking trying to spin the whole Republican thing, whatever, do that. I'm alright with that. I even like it. I prefer it when they, you know, when they're fucking dissecting some fucking feminist novel or something, or dissecting some article from the Cut or New York Times. Give me all that shit. But when they start to go on race play stuff or something like, not race play, race issues, no thank you. Don't want to hear it from you guys. Honestly, don't. Because, you know, you don't know any black people. You're just talking primarily for something you've just read online. You have no context about it, no experience. Please leave it alone. So I did like that AZEALIA Banks, the best person you would need in this kind of thing, was the person that was there to kind of tear Anna KHACHIYAN a new one. So this is going kind of viral myself. Again, you don't need to care about this. It's only going to be 5 minutes. Just let me just quickly cover it. So this person tweeted originally the other day, George Floyd's legacy is thousands of additional black people getting killed because we decided to stop policing them for racial justice. Right? Bit of a dicey comment to make, right? Bit of a dicey comment, bit of a racy comment, edgy comment, but you know, there's like George Floyd revisionism. I think a lot of people are conflating the George Floyd issue and people are making up things and trying to fill in gaps. I don't know. Some of the arguments out there when it comes to George Floyd's death and stuff feel very disingenuous.
Powerful bunch.
Yeah, big up. Oh, big up. Oh my God, NJ Rangers. Honestly, what a bunch of Rangers. NJ Ranger breaking: the Peter Thiel twins might not be the best commentators on racial dynamics. Chapo for life. Fuck these bros. Chapo for life, baby. Bruh, it's so funny you say that, man. When that Peter Thiel thing broke, the way they were trying to backtrack and cover and act like, oh, honestly, this whole media game, the fucking silent patrons, I don't know, whatever. But yes, NJ Ranger's right. I should have been a bit more aware of who they really were. I shouldn't be surprised by this, but as much as I like Red Scare, listen to it for the cultural stuff, for the art stuff, just in terms of hearing two mean girls kind of saying mean girl type of shit, which can kind of be entertaining in itself. When it comes to race stuff, I'm not for it personally. It just gets a little bit uncomfortable because, like, look, you clearly don't have any friends that don't look like you. Like, just shut the fuck up. Anyways, that being said, the George Floyd shit is everyone's revisionist history with it. People are reinterpreting things, putting words in people's mouths. But the common thing I've been hearing people say in general, the kind of rhetoric people have been going, especially on the right, is the idea that George Floyd wasn't the perfect victim. I don't think anybody said he was, to be honest. I think the George Floyd incident, the George Floyd death, was more so a representation of years and years of oppression, years and years of police brutality that a lot of black people have been suffering, especially in America, other parts of the world also. But it spoke to a larger issue when it comes to the police and how they deal with people that are not white. Simple as that. Because there's no denying that in certain instances, people get treated differently. Now, what I wanted to see, which didn't happen, which is really unfortunate, I wanted the George Floyd incident, or I hoped the George Floyd incident would be like a uniting thing. It would unite everybody, because me personally, as bad as I think police are with black people, I think in general police are fucking shit across the board. It needs reform, it needs whatever, development, whatever. Something needs to be done about the way they treat people in general, across the board. And why I said that, because I remember before the George Floyd shit happened, the death of George Floyd happened, right, in the hands of that fucking police officer. One of the most harrowing clips I've ever seen in my life was that kid that was, I don't know if he had some sort of mental illness, and the police came to his building. A police officer had a gun in a hallway, AR-15, something heavy duty, unnecessary for that arrest. He is instructing the guy to come out of his apartment. The guy's panicking. He's getting all scared. He doesn't know what to do. He tells him to crawl. Then he tells him to stand up, get on your knees. All these conflicting instruction. The guy's panicking. Obviously, he's got a mental illness anyway. He's very scared. He makes a movement he's not meant to move, and the guy lights him up, like unloads the entire fucking magazine into this kid. Like white kid, right? Unloads it. Horrible. And I think that officer didn't even get punished for it. I saw that and I thought to myself, that is fucked up, right? That is disgusting. That should be a uniting factor. Like that, plus the George Floyd thing, plus that old guy. Remember the old guy in the protest? When the whole George Floyd protests were happening, there was an old guy that was just standing there as riot police kind of walked towards him, and they pushed him and he banged his head on the fucking floor and his head split open. I think he had to be hospital for many days. Officers that pushed him on the floor didn't get fucking arrested or anything. White guy. So I wanted the George Floyd thing to be a uniting thing. It's like, hey, let's just address this issue with police in general. Like this overzealousness. Maybe they're being overworked. Maybe they're underpaid. Maybe the training isn't good. Maybe there's an underlying problem in terms of racism. Whatever it is, institutional racism. Let's deal with it. Let's use the George Floyd issue to deal with the issue. It didn't work. Obviously, it had the opposite effect. If anything, people who love police and think minorities are the problem in all places, they kind of double down. The people on the left who think police are useless and shouldn't be needed and you should get rid of police and stuff, they double down. So if anything, the George Floyd death didn't really do much in terms of healing or mending that sort of stuff. It just made things worse, which is really sad, to be fair. Really, really fucking sad. It did absolutely nothing. Everybody felt bad for like a week and then it went back to normal. Fucking horrible. That being said, I'm seeing a lot more of this sort of push. That's why I'm seeing all this sort of conversation. Anna quoted it and said, that BLM finally making black people look uncool. No, BLM finally, sorry, let me go again. Anna said, that and BLM, Black Lives Matter, finally making black people uncool, so they lost their major cultural monopoly they enjoyed. What? Huh? Like, I kind of get what she's trying to say, but no. Like, huh? Finally making black people look uncool, so they lost their mate. Do you think Candace Owens is cool? Honestly, do you think Oprah Winfrey is cool? Do you think do you think uncool black people don't exist? And being cool is like what? Like that? Like as if it even matters? Like what the fuck are you even talking about? Anyway, whatever. Nonsense, right? Nonsense. I don't even know how to entertain it, how to even dissect it. It just makes no sense. AZEALIA Bank steps into the arena. AZEALIA Bank steps into the arena and says the following. First generation European Americans really get way too comfortable talking shit about black people. LMFAO, LMFAO. Girl, you'd be sucking your uncle's dick in an elevated cliffside cave in Dagestan, pregnant with your third nephew in an infanticide breeding camp, eating barbecue baby, some extended Holodomor holiday feast. You Albert Hammond Jr. looking big nose Slavic bitch. And we all applauded. That was very necessary. And the thing that's mad about this is that I don't even think Anna deserved that, because I don't think Anna's been the most spiciest when it comes to that sort of stuff. I personally think Dasha deserves this more than Anna. Of the people who are very, detached from reality and kind of live in their own little silo bubble thing and clearly don't have any black friends, when you hear them start talking about race issues and stuff, or issues pertaining to certain minorities, I think Dasha deserves more of this vitriol, if anyone deserves it. But I'm glad to see somebody got it. I'm glad to see fucking somebody got it. Someone needed to say this shit to these girls, because they be talking way too spicy. For people that don't go outside, for people who live in their fucking dime square little bubble, they be talking way too spicy. So Azealia Banks needed to say that. Next tweet. It follows it up, right? So she said that, right? Another one. Let's see. BLM made white people uncool. The cultural monopoly liberal blue white people had is gone. Antifa, the Proud Boys, have all you looking crazy as fuck. Exactly. Black people have never had cultural monopoly. You most likely paying too much attention to black people. We're only 14% of the population. No way we have any cultural monopoly, especially when said culture is directly influenced by white American cultural zeitgeist. Sure, we are cool, but at any given moment we are massively outnumbered by honkies doing honky shit. You can just say you don't like black people without trying to make it some cynical white bitch anecdote. LOL. Say it with your chest, sis. Say it with your chest, sis. Exactly. And I don't know about you guys, right? But I kind of miss the days when people were just like proper racist. Like proper bigoted. You know this like pussy version of racist where like Elon does the Heil Hitler salute. Oh no, it's a Roman salute. Aren't you a billionaire? Don't you have fuck you money? If you really feel like that, say it with your chest. Put your money where your mouth is. Like really do it. You don't really do it. You care about free speech, right? You care about free speech, right? You want to say what you want to say, right? You want to mean what you want to mean. Then say it with your whole fucking chest. But they don't want to say it with their chest because they care way more about money. They care way more about their wealth. They don't want to lose that fucking place in the list of Forbes richest person ever. They don't want to lose it because they know if they do say those type of things which they think everyone agrees with them with, they're going to lose most of that wealth. That's what they care about the most. They're not really fucking real rap racist. They're not fucking real rap bigots. They're not. They're not real rap fucking Islamophobes. They're not real rap fucking homophobes, transphobes. They're not real. They're not really real. They just say it to get you a little bit, to get a little bit of attention on social media, to go a little bit viral. But
powerful bunch.
They don't really mean it. Big up.
Police killings have increased since then, just like funding has. Thanks, Sleepy Joe.
Oh,
You're right, Oz. Reform for all people, regardless of it politics.
Exactly. Hold on, let me load this because Jesus Christ, that notification, you blew my head off my shoulders. that notification felt like a fucking bomb that was just dropped in fucking one of these places I'm not gonna name. But yeah, Jesus Christ, hold on, let me lower this a little bit. Jesus, my head nearly. Big up NJ Ranger, big up fucking blood clot NJ Ranger, big up blood clot NJ Ranger. Let's continue. She continues it. Majority of black people did not engage with BLM. Please somebody say it louder. Who did you see crying? Who did you see kneeling? Don't get me wrong. One of the most embarrassing black people things that happened with BLM was a crumping. You remember that? BLM Is it crumping? Yeah, that was the worst thing that we did. But I think most of the cringy stuff that happened during BLM was definitely white people. This was us. This was us. This was really bad. We were down real bad down this time. You know, black people all across the world, look, we were down real bad. Look at us. I'm not gonna lie, I think it looks worse from the back. I'm not gonna lie, I think it looks worse from the back. I'm not gonna lie, I think it looks worse from the back.
Making threatening gestures. Is that what they gonna say?
Oh yeah, the Nancy Pelosi, the Nancy Pelosi stuff, exactly. Was it what's her name? Nancy Pelosi. Is it Kente? Kneeling here. Do you guys remember this? Do you guys remember this? All white people. All fucking white people. For the majority of it. For the majority of it. By the way, I'm not too sure. Why did they? Do you guys know why they actually picked the Kente club? Isn't Kente Ghanaian? If I'm not mistaken, was George Floyd Ghanaian? Why did they go for that? Anyway, let's continue. Let's continue, right? A lot of what you saw in your newsfeed, we were shepherd and paid actors. I don't know a single black person that engaged in any sort of activism that wasn't paid, wasn't a paid celebrity. That's true, actually. Big up all my negros in the stream chat. Whoever's a negro in the stream chat, did you post a black square? I didn't. Anybody in the stream chat that is of black descent, did you post a square? That black square, did you do that? I didn't post a single thing. I didn't retweet a single thing. I didn't post a single black square. Did you post a black square? I didn't. The people that posted black squares are white people on my timeline that felt guilty and shit, which I understand. But most black people didn't really post it. Black people in the stream chat, I got shamed off of it. Uche no, Joe, I laughed in their faces. Be up Chris Mack, I heard that whatever tribe that scarf was from was actually one of the biggest groups trading slaves to the Europeans. Oh my god, don't say that, Chris Mack. Don't fucking say that. That's on some, what's his name? That's on some Mansa Musa shit, right? Where everyone's like, oh, Mansa Musa, richest black person. Like, yeah, but he was also one of the fucking biggest fucking exporters of slaves from Africa. Do you know what I mean? He didn't get that rich from, you know what I mean? He didn't get that rich from charity work. Oh my god, was from the biggest groups that traded slaves from Europeans. Those fake people and their empathy gestures are really something. Yeah. Anyways, let's continue. That white people's excuse for fresh air, sis. We aren't out here, LMAFL. Another one, she continues, she keeps going, right? She's keeping attacking fucking her, right? She continues, another person says, in a bubble, you're half correct, never was a monopoly, but shit, lib, chicks, corporate greed and politicians fetishize amplified it. Then BLM and Democrats imploded and the paradigm shifted. She says, okay, so what does that say? It says white people were being uncool as fucking usual, LMFAO. 8.9 out of every 10 Negroes did not engage with BLM. BLM was by white people for white people. Again, like... As much as I want to agree with AZEALIA Banks, I do agree with her with her message, and I love that Anya Cashian's getting read. I just think this should be directed towards Dasha. I think Dasha's deserving of this way more than Anna. I'm not gonna lie. Anna's not really as, you know, combative as this usually. But in general, it's also a shame because no, as yeah, I just would have thought the George Floyd death would have united most of us. You know, it's just unfortunate that we're even more divided than we've ever been. Really, you know, there is no unity. Like, if anything, we're all kind of like living in our own little bubbles. Really, you know, everyone's decided if they want to engage with politics, they are. If they're not, they're not. You know, like, and if they're going to engage with politics, they're going to engage it in the way that they want to engage with it with. You know, they're wedded to their ideas. No one's really moving away from their positions. People are doubling, tripling down on misinformation or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, no one's really trying to meet anybody in the middle. It's a real shame. I think we're more divided than we've ever been now. I'm not gonna lie. It's actually kind of sad, but what can we do? BLM was by white people for white people. And everyone says, can we bring back honky, please? Honky is way better than cracker. I don't like that. I don't like that for both, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't want someone calling me a fucking, you know, a ninja with a hardy R. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want that. So I'm not gonna go around here calling white people crackers or honkies. It's funny that she's saying it, but I don't agree with this whole tit for tat racial slur thing. Like, that's just, you know what I mean? Like, let's allow it. Like, come on, man. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. And let's continue. LMFAO. She said, I thought this was your sis. She says, LMFAO, fuck her stupid ass. The first gen whites, blacks, and really go way too far to involve themselves in American racial combos. In fact, I really feel like they play the biggest role in perpetuating it, keeping it alive. Her Russian immigrant parents, Deflee, come from the era of KGB listening in on everything, so I'm sure her fucking potato peel soup drinking ancestors got here with excitement to be able to talk about anything without getting kidnapped, which is where I can tell a lot of this stupid shit she says on that show comes from. But the cognitive dissonance is glaringly obvious. LMFAO, sis forgot that she's not actually a white American, still a chimney sweeping Slavic bitch. God almighty, the read is crazy. It's so broke first generation European American posture, like you're from some lineage of white heritage and prestige. And then cabbage water drinking bitch. To be fair, she is making a point. Just because you're European and you're white passing, don't think you're white like these whites in America. Even though some of these whites in America who fucking, you know, founded that country and shit are from there, they've stripped away whatever identity they have from Europe is gone. They think they you would imagine, in terms of the hierarchy of Caucasian people, you'd imagine the people that settled in the United States probably see themselves of a higher status or stature than people that come from these Slavic countries, which is all the way insane. And let's not talk about the fucking racism that occurs within that region of the world anyway, you know? Try and mistaken. I dare you. I dare you. I double, triple dare you. Double, triple dare you. You try mistaken a Ukrainian for a Russian or a Russian for a Ukrainian. Double, triple dare you. Double, triple dare you. See what happens. And so broke first generation American to single out black people or black culture as some sort of impediment to your life. No, you're just an everyday, herpetic, hairy, underarm, Slavic bitch would still be just another bitch that cold saw in America without a black people there. God almighty, Azalea Banks. She continues, she's talking about, she's going into Lord, but I love that she quote tweets people. I think this is a bit too much, to be fair. Like, people that are, Lord's already having a bit of a hard time reintegrating, and she's talking about herself. I'm not too sure quote tweeting someone and saying ew is like nice. It's a bit mean, you know, but she says ew, fucking ew. Cool. I think she keeps talking about here, where is it? She says LMFAO is giving famished Russian whore at the embassy fucking for a shilling. LMFAO, like, you're not gonna be some off-brand white bitch in America talking about black people. Nothing. Shut up, cave woman. Adrian, whoa. She called Adrian, she said Anna Cashin looks like Adrian Brody. Adrian Brody looking ass bitch. Does Anna Cashin look like Adrian Brody? Hold on. Does she? That's horrible. Holy shit. Adrian Brody. Oh my, I don't think anyone wants to look like him. I don't think any girl takes it as a compliment. Hold on, let me see what she looks like again. Oh, that's a bit mean. Don't get me wrong, it's interesting, right? Because I guess everyone knows their angles. Because what you do see is that Anna Cashin is never going to post a picture of herself looking like that. These are posts from like a podcast she was on, right? So she's definitely different than what she looks on her, because on her own profile, she looks very different. Her own picture, she definitely has better angles for her own picture. She doesn't let herself look the way that she does on other shows, you know? Like, I don't think, does she look like Adrian Brody here? You know? She kind of looks better there, right? She doesn't look like Adrian Brody there. Doesn't look like Adrian Brody there, I don't think. No? But still, it doesn't, with insults, it doesn't matter how accurate they are. As long as you got that vision in someone's face, in head, you're not going to stray away from it, do you know what I mean? So, that Adrian Brody fucking insult is fucking brilliant. I'm not going to lie. Adrian Brody. Azealia Banks might be the meanest person on social media, no? Azealia Banks might be the most meanest person on social media. She is so fucking mean. And now on Elon Musk's Twitter, she doesn't get banned anymore. So she can let it fly. She can let it fly, bro. She is so fucking mean. But I honestly think Dasha deserves this more than her. I think Dasha is way more deserving of this hate than Anna is. I'm not going to lie. I think that Dasha should have got this. Dasha's the one that's a lot more like, you know, she says the more dicier things. She's more full of herself. I think she needed addressing that. I think she needed it more. I think Anna's a little bit more self-deprecating. I think Dasha needed to be brought down a peg or two. So it's a shame that Dasha didn't get it and Anna did, you know? Anyway, let's go back to it. What she said here. I know you're doing, and then obviously, and then fucking, what's her face? Anna Cashin obviously quote tweeted Azalea and said, "She really gets me." And Azealia Banks said to her, "I know you're doing the grift to where the money for political incel content is right now. Just don't get too carried away because you still have your job as a Russian prostitute sucking dick in Ghana for beer and cigarettes, sis." Oh my god. Oh my god, bro. She's killing her. She's a cigarette butt for sure. Fucking hell. So yeah, that's it. We got Azealia Banks tearing Anna Cashin a new one. Azealia Banks tearing Anna Cashin a new one. You love to see it. You love to see it. Actually, let's skip all the fucking stuff about Diddy. I don't fucking care anymore. Let's go straight to this. Big up Akademiks. I love Akademiks. I really do. I enjoy watching his streams. But there's two subject matters or two buckets where it's kind of hard to listen to Akademiks when he speaks about certain things or certain topics. One bucket is when he speaks about girls and relationships and stuff. And the other bucket is when he tries to get tough. It's just hard to listen to him. When it comes to just ranting, when it comes to talking about media, industry, whatever, I'm all for it. But when it comes to him speaking about girls, women, relationships, I can't do it because, you know, he's fat and not good looking and probably only started getting girls because he's become DJ Akademiks. And the one girl that he has got now at the moment, she runs absolute laps around him and she's like 21 or something, right? And takes him, you know, for a cunt and stuff, and it's just really embarrassing online. And then when it comes to talking tough shit, he's not a tough guy. It's not a bad thing, but you're just not, you know? It's all good. And he's let people say mad things to him. He's let people sun him, whatever, online. That fucking, you know, legendary Vic Mensa situation where he told him he's going to slap him, and he said, in what kind of way, type of, horrible, right? He's been sunned. So when he starts doing this whole barking thing in his, you know, in his room, you can't take him seriously because, like, bro, like, you're never outside. And when you are outside, you're surrounded by security. Like, you're not on that time, which is okay, but let's not talk like that. But I kind of enjoy that he does it. I kind of enjoy that he exists because it's kind of funny that he antagonizes street dudes or rappers or whatever. I think they're tough guys because he kind of shows, he kind of exposes that they're not really about it either. He's not about it, but he exposed that they're not about it because he'll start saying really crazy, like, if you tell Akademiks you're going to slap him, he will double down and say, okay, slap me then. And if you don't slap me, I'm going to call you a pussy. I'm going to say you're not really about that life. I'm going to say that you're not who you say you are. You know, I'm going to question your gangster. I'm going to question your street cred. I'm going to fucking start, you know, he starts to do that, which I kind of like. I kind of think that's funny. Like, to kind of put these guys in a corner. Like, you have to say, you have to physically harm me, or you're going to look bad. But then if you physically harm me and I shoot and kill you, I win. But if you beat me up, I still win because I'm Akademiks. You know, so he's kind of win-win situation. But it's still funny to hear how his voice kind of breaks and crackles. So he's been having his beef. No, not he's having his beef. No beef. But recently, a random beef kind of blew up off the back of the whole what's his face? Joey Badass going at the West Coast and that back and forth a bit. Joey Badass basically obviously swept the entire West Coast by himself, so big up Joey Badass, fucking amazing rapper. But off the back of that, Absol from TDE released a record, and he kind of spoke on Akademiks. And I'm not gonna lie, the bar is random. I listened to it, and I think Absol did it on purpose. I don't think Absol actually has beef with Akademiks. He says in the bar, "I'm gonna slap Akademiks when I see him." The bar didn't even rhyme. It didn't even rhyme. I swear to God, it didn't rhyme. It didn't match the. It didn't match the cadence. It didn't lay into what he's talking. It was out of nowhere. I almost think he did it on purpose to get Akademiks to just talk about him. I swear to God, it's not even that serious. Akademiks obviously took the bait and he started wiling out. He first quote tweeted the lyric and said, or the post from Twitter, and said, "Sounds amazing. Just remind that nigga they won't throw a funeral for him like Nipsey. Keep rapping, little nigga. We ain't seen you slap nothing yet." So the Nipsey inclusion there is because I think he said something like, "Oh, Nipsey," I don't know. He said something in passing that was a little bit slick about Nipsey. People started talking about him and started saying, "Hey, watch your mouth." He obviously doubled down on it and said some more slick shit, and now he's including the slick shit in here in that response. Then of course Akademiks went on stream, and this is the best bit. He went on stream and started talking about it. This is when he started to really kind of get amped up. This is Akademiks talking about Absol throwing a bar at him.
Premium gas, and I'ma slap Akademiks when I see him. Absol, if you ever raise a hand at me, nigga, it'll be your last day on earth, nigga. You gonna enjoy Nipsey. Nipsey, King Von, Pac, all of y'all gonna be having a good time. Stop playing. I hate you pussy ass rappers. Y'all don't talk tough to nobody. We ain't see you slap nobody. Niggas ain't even hear your voice, my nigga. Stop it. We don't believe you, nigga. And
okay, you see, that's the first thing you know. He's not like I won't say he's just not somebody that's ever been in a physical altercation. Because I don't like that defense. I don't like the defense being you've never been tougher than anybody else. It doesn't matter. I'm being tough with you. You can't. I don't get that defense. If somebody's calling out your name, if somebody's questioning your gangster and saying, "Hey, I'm gonna fuck you up," threatening you, basically trying to antagonize you to fight or whatever, or basically letting you know that when they see you it's on site, you can't then say, "Oh, what about everyone else you didn't?" It's like, what? Why are you pointing to everybody else? Well, I'm talking to you. You know, that's the only thing that's a little bit. Come on, Ak.
And I'm going to the GNX concert. I'm either Toronto or I'm picking another date. So you go. I'm gonna be there. I'm going to you. You.
By the way, he's not gonna be there. I don't think he's gonna be there. I don't think Akademiks is gonna be there. He's talking all this big boy talk, but I don't think he's gonna be there. I'll be impressed if he does go, because he's been saying this for a while. He didn't go to the one in LA that just happened, right? The GNX tour. I'll be impressed if he does end up going. The Kendrick tour with SZA. I'll be impressed if he does go. I don't think he's gonna go.
You ain't coming to Jersey, nigga. You try to slap me, nigga, it's your last day on earth, nigga. You take your last couple deep breaths. Hope you wish your whole family. What are y'all niggas talking about? Fuck is you talking about, nigga? You're that little goofy shit y'all talking about, like, bro, it's not happening. What are you talking about?
Can you tell he's a bit scared? Can you tell he's not saying this with his chest? Can you tell he doesn't really believe what he says, you know? Come on, like. So to be fair, he's got a good track record, right? Even Charlemagne the God got rushed, and Charlemagne was working at Breakfast Club. Remember that video, Breakfast Club, right? People don't remember that video of Charlemagne getting rushed or getting chased. That was really early in the morning. That was like, I'm gonna say that was probably before 10 a.m. Goons decided to run up on Charlemagne the God before 10 in the morning to rush him over some drop or something, whatever. Donkey of the day, whatever they went to rush him for. So they even got Charlemagne working a regular 9 to 5. He had to do a morning radio. You probably have to wake up at like 4 a.m. in the morning to the morning. It's a horrible gig, right? Pays well, probably good for the fame, but probably horrible hours. And they touched him. Academics hasn't been touched, despite all the crazy things he said over the years. That's actually a good thing. So if I was Academics, because of my track record has been so good about not getting touched or rushed or anything or smushed or anything, never heard anything about Academics being, you know, people chucking fucking bottles at him getting smushed, him getting pressed in public. Really, not really. So if I was him, I would just double down and triple down and just be talking mad crazy, because I'm not going to leave my house. He lives in a fucking great mansion somewhere in New Jersey. His girls with him, his cars, his dog. Like, just go, like, antagonize these guys even more. That's what I would do. I wouldn't be speaking, because he sounds like he's kind of scared here. He sounds like he's kind of worried a little bit. I can hear the kind of a bit of a fear in the back of his voice, and I'm not too sure if it's because he's going out more or because he's hanging out with some of those younger streamers and he might bump into these guys. But if I was Academics, I would just double, triple down on this all the way to the end.
What are you nigga talking about? The nigga violating you don't want to slap him? Or maybe we're just rapping. I think he probably was just rapping. I'm so not like that. The fuck is this nigga talking about? Y'all got this goofy ass nigga talking like this?
How do you know he's not like that, though? How do you know, though? You know, like, how do you know? How do you know?
Absol, I'll give you an address, nigga. I dare you to pull up and try to slap me. It'll be your last day on earth. I've been praying and begging for one of y'all rap niggas to give an example.
You know what's funny, though, about this Academics thing, right? It's like, he's going about it the wrong way. Nobody is doubting the Academics has security, or he has his own ability to defend himself with a firearm. Nobody's doubting that. He's probably a guy like Academics, I'd imagine, probably has a room like fucking John Wick, full of fucking guns, full of fucking all type of weapons, grenades, rocket. I'm sure if it's legal and he can buy it, he's gonna buy it. I'm sure he must have crazy shit. I've just got a feeling this guy must have crazy rounds of ammunition, guns out of the fucking wazoo. He must be fully loaded to the teeth. Cool, you should do that if you can and you're able to in the state. Do that. No one's denying that he can't do that. Most people are denying or testing or questioning his ability to defend himself with his fist, which takes real courage. Like, can you defend yourself? Like, can you fight? And you know what would be really sick for Academics? What would be really fucking sick? If he actually beat the brakes off one of these rappers. That would be so fucking sick for his rep. If he actually decided one day, alright, cool, fuck it. Meek Mill, I've heard all the sneak disses. We go back and forth for ages. Everyone thinks I'm... Okay, cool. Dream Chasers, I don't care. Pick a spot. Name the place. I'll be there. If he decided to buck up Meek Mill one day, meet him at a fucking neutral location, tell the Dream Chasers to fucking chill, don't jump in or anything, or my security will blow your heads off. Me and Meek Mill, let's fight on this grass right now. And he beat Meek Mill up, and the word went around. You know how like word went around that fucking P. Diddy pissed on Drake one time to son him and shit. You know, word travels, right? If word got around that Academics beat the brakes off of Meek Mill, his rep will be through the roof. Through the roof. Nobody would test Academics after that. Nobody says slick shit. If he did it to fucking Little Baby, whatever rapper he has an issue with, if he just decided one day, okay, enough of this, enough. People think I'm a fucking dork. People think I'm just a streamer guy. I'm just this fucking internet vlog, whatever. Fuck it. Whoever needs it, they're gonna get it. That would be so sick. But he keeps going with this whole like, oh, if you touch me, you can be your last day on earth. We know you can use a gun. We know you probably got guns. We know, we get it. Cool. Congratulations. But I think Academics should actually try and go to some sort of self-defense classes, martial arts, whatever it may be, do a bit of boxing. Don't mention it. That's what also you don't do. You don't talk about these things online. Don't say you actually train. Don't ever mention it. Don't put it in your socials. Don't do nothing. Just do it in your own free time. And then when someone tries to test you, you just fucking ragdoll them. You fucking dog walk ragdoll them. That would be so crazy if Academics did that. It's never happening, don't get me wrong, but I'd love to see it.
What are you talking about? Please, keep your goofy raps, keep rhyming words, but keep it wherever the fuck you at, my nigga.
I don't like that, by the way. I don't like the little slick jab about keep rhyming words, because them rhyming words is why he has a job. Let's be fair. He only has a job where he gets to talk and scream about hip hop like I do sometimes, because these talented artists put their lives, on the line. They put their lives into their music. They dedicate themselves to their art so that we get a chance to talk about this stuff, whether it comes to the baby mothers, whether it comes to them, their crews, their personal lives, away from the, just whatever, whatever. They're the reasons why we are around. This whole ecosystem exists. So let's not say like rhyme your words. That's a little bit unnecessary.
Bitch, you could spin. Y'all just did next door with Justin Jersey. 888 Newark Avenue, Jersey City, New Jersey, nigga. 07306. You could come meet me there.
He didn't say he's going to come to your house. He said when I see you. It's not that deep. He's just saying when he sees you, it's on site. You should be like, all right, cool, bet. Keep it moving. He's not saying he's gonna come over to your house. Suppose it like this is how he tries to meet fire with fire. This is not what he's saying. He's saying when he sees you, he will slap you. That could be any time, any place. Doesn't mean he has to come to your house. Akademiks, man.
There, you won't slap nothing, nigga. It'll be the last day you on earth. Stop rapping about doing shit to.
Also, you can't throw out this type of threats. Like, if Akademiks did shoot somebody, he'd be distraught. Like, he's acting as if he killed a rapper, he'd be on stream just like smoking on the fucking, smoking on them, exactly. Like, he wouldn't. Akademiks, if he actually was put in a position where he had to defend himself and it cost somebody's life, he would be distraught. This guy wouldn't recover from that sort of stuff. Come on, Akademiks, like, let's be real. You don't want it to go down that lane. And if you got a gun, someone else might have a gun too.
To people who ain't talking about doing shit to you. Stop it. I'm gonna call out that bitch made pussy shit every single time.
And it's also like, I was thinking about it as well today, like after the success of streaming university and stuff, it's kind of unfortunate that Axe seems to be the only like urban streamer who seems to antagonize people, who seems to get this response. Tylils, Kai CNets, iShow Speeds, whoever these guys are, they don't seem to like get this type of response from rappers. Why do rappers seem to like have such hate for Akademiks? And all he does is just like post news about, I get he's a bit annoying, I get he's a bit of a dork, he's a bit lame, whatever. He's not the coolest guy in the world, I understand. But it's just unfortunate that he seems to be the only black streamer, content creator in that hip hop space who like fight. Rappers want to fight, they want to beat up, they want to like, harass. It's kind of unfortunate, really. It's kind of unfortunate.
So now when you rap this, you put this on record and you ain't about to do nothing. What am I supposed to say about it?
So yeah, that's it. That's it. Let's see what happens. None of my business. None of my business. Although I've been speaking about it for like the last 10 minutes. Sorry. Dry throat, allergy shit. Apologies. Let's continue. Let's do Podcast Cringe and we'll do TFATK. Podcast Cringe, new video from Podcast Cringe. Podcast Cringe Bites, big up him. The title of the video is Tom Segura quitting stand-up comedy? I'm assuming this is relating to that new show that Tom Segura's got. I haven't watched it just yet, actually. I need to watch it because for my fucking Patreon, I'm fucking slacking on that. But Tom Segura's got a new show out. It's on Netflix. It's a series. And people are saying it's really good. I watched a trailer on my stream here. I reacted to it when the trailer dropped. A lot of people in the stream chat were hating, saying it wasn't good. But I enjoyed it. And I think the regular schmegular normies out there are also enjoying it, which is why it's probably going to get another season. He probably might do other things. It's looking at Tom Segura might be a decent comedic actor. So I quite enjoyed it. I'm not going to lie. And it's also, I said before, also refreshing to see comedians not just doing stand-up. I'm not going to lie. Not just doing stand-up or doing podcasts. I'm tired of them just launching a podcast with like an expansive studio, whatever, all these bells and whistles for a studio and shit. But essentially it's still just them speaking in front of mics like I have, Sure mics. At least Tom is like putting money into making that series, comedic series, with however it's based, like a kind of parody of, I don't know, John Wick or something. And essentially trying to make it work that way and try and reinvent that whole industry or bring back comedy movies, comedy series, whatever it may be. I'd much prefer that than just seeing another fucking tour or another fucking podcast, like enough. So credit to him for doing that. So let's see. Podcast Cringe, it's time to go creating stand-up comedy. Reacting to that now.
What's wrong with you? How? First of all, how did Netflix let you make this show?
Well, they wouldn't have let me make it if I just pitched it to them. Sometimes you have to remind yourself, of what.
The show started off with a Netflix glazing. Netflix must have loved that, innit? Ted Sarandos, all those dudes. They must have played that in the boardroom. They started off the show as the intro music is playing, sucking the Netflix cock. They must have loved that, innit? Primetime Joe Rogan, a comedian that's well inside the JR, because that's what they do probably. I bet part of Netflix's thing has to do with Rogan. I bet you every comedian that they sign that's in the Rogan thing, they kind of include Rogan into the deck. So if they sign Burr, if they sign Theo, if they sign Tom, if they sign Ari, Shafir, they probably include Rogan and say, oh, if we sign them, we're not only giving them money, but we're also giving them money for access to Rogan, because it's going to double. It's going to be like, we're going to get Rogan anyway for our own special, plus we're going to get Ari Shafir on Rogan talking about his own thing, and we're going to get the fact that this guy is Rogan's friend, and people are going to come watching for Rogan. That sounds like a monopoly to me.
What your dream, your original dream, And my dream when I moved to LA had nothing to do with stand-up. I never thought of stand-up. I'm doing one this summer.
Yeah?
I'm doing a movie this summer, yeah.
What are you doing?
It's a crazy fucking comedy.
Wow. Interesting. That's the funny thing about these guys. I don't think I've ever heard Tom Segura said he never wanted to be a stand-up comedian. All these guys always say when they're trying to make it, all I want to do is stand-up. Then they make it, and I don't want to be a comedian. But I guess in this regard, what's harder, do you think? What's harder? Crafting a stand-up special or being a stand-up comedian? No, let's say, what's harder? Being a stand-up comedian or being an actor, director, whatever, writer, creator of a show? What's harder?
I didn't even know that was your original dream, and I've fucking known you forever.
I know, yeah.
By the way, if you want to see Tom do stand-up live, this is your last opportunity. I'm being dead serious, and you know that I'm kind of accurate. I will be shocked if you tour it all ever again.
The audience is split on Tom Segura's new Netflix show Bad Thoughts, with most people either loving it or hating it, with 3 stars on Google, 6.2 on IMDb, and 54% on Rotten Tomatoes. Tomatoes? Whatever. It's safe to say that Tom successfully stirred people up with his...
That's good though, isn't it, no? Right bang in the middle, that's pretty good. In terms of how it goes. Because I think a lot of people went into this probably want to hate it. Like the people in my stream chat that want to watch the reaction for the trailer. If it's got half of the stars or whatever in all categories on all platforms, that's quite a good place to be. At least it's not below half, That's kind of a good place to be. Either people love it or they hate it. That's probably where you want to be. You don't want to be in the middle,
His 6-episode series on Netflix, which was clearly written and produced to shock people with its graphic imagery of Tom soiling himself, as well as his unhealthy obsession with the male appendage. Seriously, what's with these guys? By the way, if you want to see my 40-minute breakdown of the show, check out the link in the description to my Patreon. But one thing that came out of all the promotion Tom's been doing for Bad Thoughts is something that Joe Rogan didn't even know himself. Tom Segura never wanted to be a stand-up comedian. He's always wanted to be an actor. And now that he's finally got his foot in the door with Netflix, Tom's planning to take a break from stand-up comedy and pursue his Hollywood dreams.
I'm not going to lie, that's disappointing to hear, because as good as he probably might be in his performance, this is probably one of those things where it's like, when they say like an artist sometimes doesn't do well the second album because their first album is the one that they've been working on their whole life. Like they've been working their whole life for that album without knowing, right? Everything you've been doing is leading up to that first album. So maybe you don't have anything more to say after the first one. But I think in Tom, maybe that's the same thing with this. Maybe this show was, was working up. And it's kind of loosely based on him. the right way to go about it would be for him to be like, you know what, I'm going to transition into making more TV shows, writing more scripts, getting involved in that side of Hollywood. That probably would be a far better. And if an interesting role comes up where he can play himself, he plays himself. But I hope he doesn't try to pursue the whole I'm an actor thing and just does the writing, directing, producing thing more. And if a role pops up that he's into that matches him, or he could just play easily, like an Adam Sandler type of thing, you do. But not like going for auditions and shit, you know, like.
I'm going to get into all those details in a moment, but first I want to explain how Tom basically bought his way into Hollywood. What people don't
Here comes podcast cringe with the realness in it. I'm talking about it from some like arty-farty, you know, real way. But the game is probably rigged, isn't it? The game is probably rigged. Let's see. The game is probably rigged. Let's see what happened.
Realize is that Tom didn't go down the conventional route to get his show made. Tom has a long-standing relationship with Netflix, having released all 5 of his comedy specials through them, going back.
Wow, I didn't know that. All 5. Shit. And he was at Netflix like from the ground up. 2014 was a long time ago, bro. God damn. Okay, cool.
Back to 2014, as well as appearing on The Roast of Tom Brady alongside his Two Bears co-host and longtime friend, Bert Kreischer, also known as the Bloated Grape. More recently, though, he appeared in Kill Tony's Netflix debut alongside tall and funny comedian Joe Rogan. So then, if Tom had sold 5 comedy specials to them and been invited to their biggest live comedy roast in history, why couldn't he pitch them his new show, Bad Thoughts?
I've always liked movies, like features, right? But it's a huge undertaking to get a feature made, but I liked short films because it feels like you're making a movie, you know, like a mini movie, right?
Right.
And it feels much more accessible to do. So I had written...
He's even talking like one's on, aren't they? These guys are so funny. These guys, honestly. It's not only Brendan that does this. You know, Brendan, you know, gets into certain things. Brendan's into trucks now, so he's wearing trucker hats. He's wearing like baggy jeans, Dickies. He wears like the same shoes all the time. He's not changing his trainers every single day. And now Tom has made his first little, you know, series, and now he's fucking gesticulating and pontificating using his hands, talking in a certain way. He's talking like a director. These comedians are so funny, man. They're like adult children, I swear to God.
All these like short stories, short films. And I called my friend Rami Hashash and I was like, hey, I have a break coming up on tour. Let's shoot a short film because we'd done other things before. He was like, what if we did 3 of these? I was like, how can we do 3 of them? He's like, we'll shoot like 11 days in a row. We can do 3 of these stories. After we shot those 3, it was clear that we had like the, you know, the bones of a show. Like what if we did a show that was based on short stories, you know, like short films basically. And I don't know, there's another
sounds like Black Mirror.
Few that were in the original. And when I sent them in to Netflix, they were like, this is fucking insane, but like we'll make 6 episodes of this. And yeah, they were just like, this is crazy. But it's been the most fun I've ever had, dude.
Thank God Tom Segura's a multi-millionaire who runs a podcast studio and has connections throughout the industry, because otherwise, by his own admission, his show never would have been made.
And I also think it's the timing too. It's obvious that Netflix are trying to pivot away from being left-leaning or being a little bit too woke, and they're trying to be a little bit more, you know, dicey, racy, and push the envelope and a little bit, you know, whatever. When you look at Kill Tony signing, you look at the roast of Tom Brady, like it's probably no coincidence that this show has come after that kind of shift away from the woke left-leaning sort of type of stuff.
But the road to getting Netflix to buy his new idea wasn't as simple as he was just making it out to be. This wasn't just some idea he had last year and threw together with his buddy who helped him produce 3 of the stories to pitch to Netflix. This goes back at least 3 years ago.
Wow, he got receipts.
Part of shooting Bad Thoughts.
He's got receipts. Big up podcast Crimble with the receipts.
Where you were heavier, like one sketch where you were heavy.
Yeah.
What sketch was that? What I saw one sketch. You looked like fatter than the other sketches.
Yeah, because I shot it 3 years ago. That's why.
Oh.
I'm not gonna lie, that also sounds like a sneak diss. But bringing it up the way he did and saying fatter and bit like that sounds like a sneak diss. That sounds like there's a lot of passive aggressive, snidey, cunty shit going on there. That sounded a bit mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was when I shot the pilot, which was, there was no deal. I just shot it on my own. And yeah, it's notable. And I kept bringing it up. I was like, shouldn't we make like a comment about it? It's that one. It's the coffee one. And everyone was like, no. You know how other people are like, no. What do you mean? I'm like, you don't think people will notice? And they're like, no. I'm like, how can they not notice? I'm 40 pounds heavier. And they're like, I don't think anyone will notice.
Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about. I noticed it straight away and thought they must have put Tom in a fat suit. But it checks out that he shot the cafe story as a pilot episode 3 years ago in the hopes of getting a deal. So then why did it take 3 years to get Netflix to bite? And not only that, why did he have to go and shoot 3 more in addition to the pilot for them to take a look at it when he'd been doing deals with them for over a decade already? Clearly, Netflix weren't prepared to take a risk on Tom's idea without seeing it on screen, as opposed to a short pitch meeting with a script, which is how most shows and movies are made these days. Having said that, it's not unheard for young directors and producers to make a short film, or even just shoot a couple of scenes for a studio before getting the green light. Actually,
I think they should all do it personally. I think all these fucking comedians have enough money that they should just be like doing fun shit like this, even if it doesn't get picked up. Like, I know it's a waste of money in your phone. No one wants to fucking flush money down the fucking drain. But still, come on, bro. Like how many podcasts can we get? How many guys sitting in front of tables can we get? Surely at some point, some of these guys must get like, that's even the Rogan thing. Even though the mothership may not be what people think it is, at least he's doing something outside of just podcasting, right? Putting money where his mouth is, opening up his own club, blah, blah, blah. These guys just like, at least Tom is doing this. So even if the show wouldn't have got picked up, just doing it anyway should be commendable and should be encouraged so that we get different things. And maybe that would actually add to or make the specials better. Maybe it'll make the podcast better. I don't know. But at least this is fun and interesting, you know? And not just the same old shit.
In fact, Harvey Weinstein was one of the first Hollywood producers to travel around the world to film festivals and buy up the options to short films so he could sell them to studios as feature films. True story. Anyway, lucky for Tom Segura, he didn't have to go down that route with Harvey Weinstein because he's got millions of dollars burning a hole in his pocket to spend on producing his own showreel for all the suits over at Netflix. After all, he never wanted to be a comedian in the first place. His heart was set on Hollywood from the beginning.
Sometimes you have to.
And this also goes to show, you know, when these guys complain about the Hollywood industry, remember when they all got into podcasting, these guys, and they'd complain about Hollywood and how podcasting was better because you got to do this and this and that and this. The truth of it is, they all just wanted to get into Hollywood. They all just were annoyed that they weren't getting let in, whether it was based on their talent, maybe didn't have enough clout. So now a lot of them use their podcast as a way to kind of build up your clout and your talent. No, build up your clout and your fame, and then hope to kind of like use that as a way to kind of, you know, crowbar your way into Hollywood, or to maybe get like a nicer ride, or to maybe not have to audition as much. You know, that's kind of what they do. But they all, I bet you if the Machine, this is another thing. If the Machine movie was good, Bert would have also tried to do this route too. If people actually liked the Machine movie or whatever, Bert definitely would have done this too.
To remind yourself, like, of what your original dream, you know. And my dream when I moved to LA had nothing to do with stand up. I never thought of stand up. Like, that was my whole thing. I want to do comedy movies, and I had like my own blueprint for how I would do it. I was like, I'll go to the Groundlings. SNL will definitely hire me from there. Like, this is like my 21-year-old brain. And then I'll do that for a couple of years, and then I'll do movies. Like, I thought that was a logical game plan to end up in movies. But the dream of doing something like movies, which is like, this feels like to me like they sent me to film school and they were like, make your f***ed up movies. I was working like 16-hour days doing this thing, and I would come home and Christina would be like, I have never seen you so energized after working all goddamn day. She's like, you come home in the best mood. I was like, yeah, because I'm having fun. Like, I'm having so much fun.
Oof. Praise for fucking Bert Kreischer, innit? He never comes home in that kind of mood when after he's finished filming Two Bears, One Cave. He probably never comes in that kind of mood after he's finished even recording Your Mum's House. Fucking hell. Fulsome prayers to Bert Kreischer when he hears this.
Doing this, you know.
Well, that shows you're doing the right thing.
I think so.
Who knew Tom was so fucking miserable until now? But when I heard him explaining the background to his show with Rogan, a few things started to make sense. You know how he'd always wanted to be an actor, he sort of fell into stand-up comedy while he was doing a screenwriting course, and then found some success through his friendship with Joe after the rise of JRE. We all know that Tom is one lucky bastard. Think back to 2023 when Tom had his Twitter meltdown at the airport after he was forced to check his bag in and carried on abusing American Airlines for 2 days after it happened, and then all of a sudden, a couple of months later, he deleted every tweet he'd posted from October in 2023. Now, if you've been following my main channel, Podcast Cringe, you'll know that Tom changed after that went down. He barely mentioned it, he didn't really address it, and he started to become more introverted and retreated back into his shell. We went from Tom the arrogant rich asshole to Tom the boring rich asshole in the space of 2 to 3 months. There is no doubt in my mind that Netflix had something to do with that.
Oh. Interesting. So maybe that backlash that he got on social wasn't his come to Jesus moment. Again, these guys don't change because they think their attitudes are bad or because they have a reflective moment and shit. Their attitudes or whatever behavior changes because money's on the line. Because somebody gets, you get told off, hey, your bosses say, hey, you like having 17 houses? You like having 1 million cars? You like your kids going to these private schools? You better fucking fix up. You better stop, talking about pores and all that shit, You best we don't like this troll. This is even a troll. You actually feel these way. You better change your opinion. You better change your fucking world outlook. We don't like this. Wow. Interesting.
My theory is that Tom had a hard time pitching the pilot episode from 3 years ago, so he had to clean up his act before Netflix would entertain doing a TV show deal with him, and after they'd agreed to see what he had to offer, he then had to shoot another 3 episodes to show them what he had in mind. This whole thing reminds me of how Joe Rogan bought his way into the Stand-Up Comedy Hall of Fame by buying a comedy club in Austin and declaring it the center of the comedy universe just 6 months after it opened. All he had to do was plaster his comedy special album on the wall with all the greats, and he became a certified comedy legend. But now that Tom's got his foot in the door with Netflix, he's not looking back.
I'm doing one this summer.
Yeah?
I'm doing a movie this summer, yeah.
What are you doing?
It's a crazy fucking comedy. It's insane.
Yeah.
It hasn't been announced yet, so you know how they are about that. But it's a wild R-rated comedy.
Well, tell me about it afterwards then.
Okay, yeah.
Haha, everybody else.
Yeah, no, I can't. I would love to talk about it, but
I didn't even know.
What's Rogan doing? Rogan, chill, bro. We're not impressed. Okay, your friend's telling you some. Well, okay, we'll see when we see it. It's not that impressed. Like, I guess somebody on the Reddit will probably guess what the fucking plot is anyway. Not that deep. Haha, guys. What? Turn Rogan showing off. Yo, big up Ricardo. What's that? No jumper fight. Oh, really? Yeah. Did Suspect finally fight Brandon? I bet Suspect finally fought Brandon, right? Because they're doing a live stream together. By the way, Adam 22 doesn't care about his fucking staff, does he? Innit? I don't know. This Adam, we'll talk about it later. I'll go on a no jumper thing later, but this Adam 22 thing, like, I just don't understand how he seems to have people around him, but he's a undeniably irredeemable piece of shit. Just the other day, I saw a clip of Sharp calling into No Jumper. Sharp, of all people. Why are you calling into No Jumper? Why are you putting money in fucking Adam 22's pockets? They're going to clip that up, put it, like, after everything he said and done, like, people just can't seem to let go of Adam 22 despite everything he does to people, despite the positions he puts them in, despite the things he might say about them after they left. They just can't get enough of Adam 22. What is it about that guy? He keeps showing people that he's an asshole, and people just keep going back. I get it with Kanye. At least with Kanye, you get good music, you get fucking good clothes, you get some cool sneakers, you get some good like cultural hip hop moments and shit. You get maybe a fucking great fucking event. But with Adam 22, what do you actually get apart from a steady paycheck, which you can get by yourself if you build your own channel up? You don't get nothing. And people just can't seem to let go of him. I saw another clip of like T-Rail. I think T-Rail's unblocked Adam 22 for no jump on Instagram. Like, ugh, these guys, man. It's like, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's just they can't let go of that guy. They can't just. It's just wild. And so I can't blame him when he does do these things. And he, clearly, I'm assuming because all my suspect and that Brandon guy, that really brolic dude that does UFC and shit, they had beef in it. Like they were gonna fight one time, it didn't happen, and they've obviously still got tension. And he put someone on the show together. It's like, anyway, whatever. We'll talk about it later.
Oh, that was your original dream, and I've known you forever.
I know, yeah. It was. I guess I was probably like, I kind of was resigned to that's not going to happen too. Not like. I mean, the other thing is like, dude, every time I'm out on the road, I would get a call. Hey, they want to see you for this part. Here's the offer, and I'm like, yeah, I'm on tour. Like, I can't move the fucking United Center. Well, if I'm always touring, I'm just never going to be able to do
other
something
people's
else.
stuff.
Yeah.
Wow. So he actually is going to tour. He actually is going to, what Brett said was true. And he actually is going to do the thing that I said he shouldn't do, which is start auditioning. I think he'd actually have a way better success. Maybe, it's just a rush of it. Who knows? Can't talk about to like live their dreams. But he probably would be would have more success, in my opinion, if he did stick more to writing, directing, producing, screen, whatever, right? Shows and TV stuff and movies, and enter that world. And then if a role comes up that speaks to him or that he can easily get, obviously take it. But running around and doing auditions, it sounds a bit mad, for somebody like him that isn't the best actor, I would imagine. But maybe that's why people like this show that he does. Maybe because it actually is really good acting.
Yeah. And so it also kind of, I got excited about, having the summer off and I could do something. And then my tour, the current tour I'm on, will end in December, and I'm leaving 26 wide open. I'll still do like what I do, which is like go into your club or book some club weekends, which are kind of like low, stress kind of things where you go like,
right.
Hey, I'm just going to go work out.
Yeah.
So I'll try to keep the muscle fresh, but I won't book like a tour.
Yeah.
By the way,
what a luxury, isn't it? It's actually, what a luxury. What a luxury. You've got fucking Brendan having to quit stand-up comedy and having to pivot into making, pickup trucks and shit and modding those things and doing fucking giveaway scams, allegedly. You got Brian Callen having to move his family or having to move himself to Austin, Texas to chase Rogan to try and revive his comedy career because he's stuck doing road gigs and shit and tours because he can't book clubs because of the whole rape allegations and shit. And then he can't do theaters because nobody gives a fuck about his comedy. And then you've got Tom just like, yeah, I'm gonna take 2016. I've been winning too much. I've been winning far too much. I need to fucking give everybody else room. I need to give everybody else a chance. I'm gonna go do this acting thing. Other people have nothing. Other people are struggling to get something, and Tom's out here like, meh, kind of bored of this. I want to do another side mission. I love it. I fucking love it.
if you want to see Tom do stand up live, this is your last opportunity. I'm being dead serious, and that I'm kind of accurate. You will not tour easily for another 2 years after this. Easily, and I will be shocked if you tour at all ever again.
Ever again?
Me? I'm gonna be out there for a while.
I love doing stand up though.
I know, but you'll do it in home and you're not gonna tour.
I
can already tell.
Okay.
See, even
Big up Chris Mack. What's on his face? That's a sticker. That's a sticker that all the kids wear. All the trendy Gen Z kids now, they're into wearing like stickers to cover their spots that are like stars, triangles, squares, moon shapes, all this sort of shit. And they're all using funny colors. Don't ask me why. I don't get it. Older people do it now. It's like a funny thing. It's not just enough to just wear those, like, remember those clear spots? I remember there was a company, I'm sure they still do them, but they have those like flesh colored clear spot things you just wear to cover your pimples and stuff. That's not enough. You have to have like a funny, like a yellow star.
Even Bert knows that Tom's checked out. This honestly makes so much sense now. How many times have you heard me say in my videos that Tom's changed, he's boring now, he's on autopilot, he's playing it safe. Even when he goes on other podcasts to promote his stuff, he's also playing it safe. Remember how he went on...
Yeah, the edgy Tom has gone in it. I don't watch Your Mum's House, by the way. I've not watched Your Mum's House for years now. It's fucking terrible how bad that show's become. But Your Mum's House used to be edgy. Is it edgy anymore? I'm not too sure. Is it edgy anymore? I'm not too sure. So I wonder if you can actually trace back to around 3-4 years when Tom made a concerted effort to curb all the edgy, dicey shit he used to say in order to appease his Netflix overlords and get them to be on board with his show. They went, because this is obviously a good leap off point. If this does well, he knows other things will also come down the pipeline. So I wonder if you can trace it back to the, back to the Your Mum's House days.
On Bobby Kelly's podcast back in December of 2023, shortly after the airport meltdown, and went completely silent and refused to answer the question about how many cars he has. Tom clearly has a public image problem. I was watching his recent appearance on the Huberman Lab, and almost all the comments were just shitting on Tom for being arrogant and hating on poor people and just not being funny in general. So I think he's definitely trying to shake that image now and make a move to Hollywood.
And think about it as well. Those comments on that Huberman video weren't because of what he was saying on the Huberman video. Those comments are what he said in the past. That's what he's trying to say. I'm sure some of you got that. Anyway, I trying to make that clear. Like, no, he's not. I don't think I've heard him say a negative thing about poor people since that whole time, that airport thing. He's not really been on that thing. I don't really hear him talk about the whole washcloths thing either. That's all poor. Like, he doesn't say that stuff anymore. He's kind of gone away from that arrogant rich douchebag thing. He's trying, but it's also new. It's also neutered his fucking personality, and he's not really engaging or worthwhile listening to.
Not to mention the fact that he clearly hates his life. Tom Segura is the quintessential depressed rich guy who can't find happiness in normal life anymore. I'm with Bert on this one. He's closer to Tom than any of us, so he clearly knows that Tom's checking out and making a run for the Hollywood Hills. And what could be more perfect for Tom than...
So really, in fact, Tom's doing 2 bears 1K for Bert because that's his boy. Bert probably begged Tom, please keep doing the show. Just turn up. Don't worry. I'll do most of the talking. Now, see, we read it wrong. Or I read it wrong. We were reading Tom being quiet and Bert talking for lengths at a time and interrupting as Bert taking over the show and not being into it. But the truth is, maybe they've agreed on this. Maybe Tom has taken a bit of a step back and let Bert take more control of the show, be more of the leader, interruption, whatever it may be, because he's really checked out and wants to do movies anyway. He wants to be writing, he wants to be in Hollywood. He doesn't want to be doing this podcast shit. He's bored. Maybe that's the real reason.
Switching from comedy podcaster to Hollywood comedian, where he'll no longer have to sit in front of a microphone every week for several hours pretending to be a normal human being. I reckon he's a perfect fit for Hollywood.
That's so true. That's so true. That is so true. He's fed up of trying to be relatable because he's not. Because what he really thinks is what he said before. If you haven't got any money, but figure the fuck out. I don't know what to tell you. Figure the fuck out. That's what he really thinks. But you can't say that on a podcast because regular people listen to podcasts. But you can hide in Hollywood and not really have much of a personality out there by just making movies and kind of speaking through them a little bit. Yeah, I kind of see this.
Fuck it. Let him have him. Anyway, massive shout out to all of...
Yeah, big up Podcast Cringe. That was a really good one, actually. That was a really fucking entertaining one, good one. Because I'm not going to listen to that fucking Rogan episode of Tom Segura. I'm not going to listen to it. So I recommend you check him out. Big up his Podcast Cringe Bites channel. It's going from strength. So the other day, I think I checked, it was like a 1,000 subscribers. Now he's already got 15. He's fucking killing it. So big up Podcast Cringe Bites. Check out that channel. Video title is there. You see it. You fucking see it. Moving on. Let's check this no jumper shit, by the way. Big up Ricardo in the stream chat. Let's check this no jumper shit because allegedly, Almighty Suspect and fucking what's his face and Brendan, the new guy, Poetic Flocos dude, got into a fight just recently. Let's see what happened. I'm curious to see. This is a live where for some reason Adam22 booked Almighty Suspect and Brandon to be on the same show, even though they have beef. sorry, not Brendan, Brandon. Even though they have beef and they've not been on good terms for a while, he got them on the show together. Look at the tension. Look at the faces. Look at the faces already. Look at Sasha's face. Let's see. Okay, I want to see how it starts and I want to see how it ended. Let me see how it starts first.
Have you seen that reaction? I sent you.
Should be live.
Oh, so you did see that already?
I just watch it. I just told him.
No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. Y'all know the vibes.
Look at the tension. So these guys have beef. The beef was kind of stupid, I'm not going to lie. I think the Brandon dude read too much into what Almighty Suspect said. I think he thought Suspect was using the hard ER, and I guess Brandon doesn't think Suspect has a right to say that word because he looks the way he does, because I think he thinks Suspect is mixed race when he's actually just like, I don't know, whatever. Some mad beef. They go into some back and forth where Suspect offered to fight Brandon. I think at that time Suspect didn't know that Brandon is trained jiu-jitsu. Like, I think he's got a black belt in jiu-jitsu. He does Muay Thai and shit. He can actually fight. And Brandon was playing it kind of cool and didn't really want to go outside. And it kind of went, it kind of went by the wayside. All my sus fussed him out. It didn't really go anywhere. Then I think after that, the narrative was that Suspect was kind of copping pleas after. It seemed like there was some sort of like feeling as if Suspect kind of pussied out because he saw the video. He got sent video clips of Brandon sparring and taking part in jiu-jitsu tournaments, and he got kind of worried and I don't know, something along that kind of lines. But that didn't really resonate with me. I didn't really understand why people would think he wouldn't still be on fighting or having an altercation with the guy just because he's trained, If anything, he'd want to do it more now to kind of show him that, hey, doesn't matter what your training is, I've got weapons and shit, I'm gonna fuck you. I mean, like, I didn't really see why there wouldn't still be beef. There's still gonna be beef because words were said, threats were made, people were offered out. Anyway, so this is the start, and I'm gonna skip to the end where something happens.
More kicks than Cobra Kai. Busting every time we rolling by. It's your play upon the lush Uno sitting in. This is my platform now. I fired at him, kicked him to the curb, said, get.
Oh, Lush the Glazer, fucking nothing worse than a glazer nothing worse than a tweaker that glazes. Nothing worse than a tweaker that fucking glazes. Ugh, using up all the drugs, constantly sucking everybody off, just a general nuisance to be around, a liability at it. But you just don't want to, you feel mean putting him down. You feel mean telling him to shut the fuck up because he's so, I guess, kind heart. He doesn't mean bad, right? He means well. It's like, ugh, shut up.
Get back onto the East Coast, you feel me? You got some business to handle out in NYC. You better do that because I'm bringing a panelist of real hitters on the payroll today.
So who brought these people? Did Adam 22 book this panel? Or did Lush brought this panel? Because if it's Adam 22, he continues to be a piece of shit. If it's Lush, then he's a piece of shit also. But this is not a good idea. This wasn't a good idea.
Hey, you feel me? We're not playing Adam 22. This buzzball Lush, the mayor of MacArthur Park, the domestic whip crasher, doing the most. You feel me? We're not playing in the slightest.
Suspect trying way too hard to laugh and act like he's not bothered and not scared, innit? Sus is doing a little bit too much here. Sus is laughing a little bit too extra. I don't think I've heard him laugh this hard or laugh not at fucking Lush, but laugh with him. He's doing a little bit too much to overcompensate and to demonstrate, to give off the vibe that he's not scared, he's not worried,
With me at all times. The mayor of Inglewood, always up to no good.
B-Team.
Come on, man. Stupid Flaming. B-Team in the building, of course. Munchie B, the mayor. Mother effing, you feel me? It was just his C-Day, so I don't even want to call him young and Hefe. He like moderately aged and Hefe now. That's crazy. You gotta call him, you feel me? Straight from that move.
As a server, you'll quickly learn.
Yup, that's my dog. And we got a hip hop legend straight from Detroit City. You feel me?
Facts.
One of the most controversial, most widely debated, entertaining MCs in hip hop history, and a friend of mine as well, as you can imagine.
He my spirit animal.
Yeah, exactly.
My spirit animal, bizarre.
My dog Bizarre. You feel me?
Oh. He's sending indirect messages by saying that my spirit. Brandon's like, I get what you're putting down. I get what you're putting down. That's a coded message. That's a coded message.
Bizarre from D12.
Yeah. No cap.
That's your Michael.
Oh yeah, I'm over here sleeping. That's crazy.
I ain't know. Came up off the shit. No, I ain't know that was him. Though.
The shower cap. Well, what was that? Shower cap. Hey, the Purple. I remember those songs quite vividly.
Hip hop legends still at it. Recently flipped the "Today was a good day" and made it a bad day. You feel me? Like, Bizarre gonna always come with a different angle. So it's dope to have the homie in the building. And as you notice, these 4 massive human beings are being utilized to separate the guys on either end.
We didn't need that.
I mean, I don't know. No Jumper had to hire extra security.
Was fake smoking this thing?
Yeah,
I was wondering when I came through the door why they came with it. I'm like, man, I've been up here about 4 times and they went through this. He had to go serious.
Oh, I don't think I've seen Brandon smile once. So I think this kind of shows you why it went where it went. I don't think Brandon was on play time. I don't think I've seen him smile really genuinely and be like happy once during this intro. Suspect has been doing all the overcompensating and letting his nuts hang, acting. He knows what he's doing. Brandon hasn't smiled really genuinely once.
Like with the wine, y'all got guns.
The
I'm
wine
like,
down was
whoa.
crazy.
It ain't no fake smoke. You could cut the tension with a butter knife. Is that
That's
thick
crazy.
right
I'm the
now.
only nigga who didn't get winded. I like
Hey,
that.
no, you're not. I actually didn't get wanded.
Like
the,
that.
the security already knows that I'm a stand-up human being. He was like, you know what? I've been watching. You're not strange.
The tension
You're a
is
good guy.
thicker than post BBL Cherokee to ass. It's crazy. I mean,
I ain't worried about
You're
that nigga.
you're attempting to.
Is it? I ain't worried about anything. Oh.
Make the tension.
I wasn't worried
thick.
about that nigga, man.
You have to be worried about something intense.
I'm glad that I'm mistaken because I felt the vibes beforehand, and you feel me like.
Hey, Lush. I wish Lush would have got involved. I wish Lush should have got stomped out just for doing this. Back in the day, that's how it would be. If you're a mutt, right? If you're a mug, if you're a dickhead, and you start instigating stuff between people, and people don't rate you, people just start beating you up. Why are you trying to land? You can only antagonize those type of things if you're certified yourself. You don't just get involved and start, riding people up, start winding people up like as if like you are 30. You're not 30. No one rates you. Shut up. Fucking hell. I wish Brandon and Suspect would just rush fucking Lush. That would have been good.
All the hairs were sticking up on the back of my neck. I got all indicators that it was about to be funk season. So I'm glad to know.
Hey,
He's tweaking, isn't it? Relax, man. Put down the fucking meth, bro.
have more recent phase than everybody in this room, I think.
That's what I be telling this nigga, man.
That's why I'm always on
Yeah,
10.
You got more phase this year than anybody, nigga.
Right?
Exactly.
I was more worried when I saw you driving yourself. I said, "Oh shit, something bad about it."
Fair enough.
I was like, "This dude's driving himself today. What the hell?"
Ugh, I was more worried about you driving yourself than being in a room with Almighty Suspect. Oh, that's kind of a diss.
So we got, you feel me, No Jumper's number 2 debater with the 1-1 record going crazy. We got Brandon, you feel me, holding it down for Long Beach. He 1-1, going crazy. This is the white race is 1-1 against him as well, which is crazy.
You mean you and Adam's cousin?
That's definitely Adam.
Y'all know that dude definitely. Y'all all look alike.
Hey, tell me bro don't look Jewish, low key.
I kept saying that during the thing, like you look Jewish and hate Jewish people.
He got some. That's
when you know it's a real racist. He looking in the mirror, man.
Okay. Anyway, let's fast forward now. We've done the first. Actually, let's do the first 5 minutes, and then we're gonna rush forward.
So who
Yeah,
Brandon
who
lost
lost?
to?
He lost to me.
There's no way in
Say that then.
reality he did.
He lost to me.
Lush lost
Look,
coming out the gate.
No,
he don't
like-
even know what my position on nothing is, but trying to. You're not in MacArthur Park right now, Lush. Niggas ain't inebriated. You ain't gonna win
MacArthur
nothing
Park
out
is in the
over
building,
here.
first of all, and I'm gonna let you know this. Here's the thing, Brandon.
You might be king, but you're king of the nerds.
You hear that? Oh my suspect. You know, he's doing too much, right? He's doing too much. Now I know why it went where it went. Somebody hands Almighty Suspect a phone. On the phone is a message, I'm assuming. Probably from one of Suspect's boys saying, hey, we're en route. We're here to back the beef. We heard you're going to take this MMA guy on. We're here. You know? That's why he's doing all this extra shit. You know? Oh, no wonder this went left. No wonder this went left, man.
Nigga, you're not king of the regular people.
He goes outside. I don't know about that, man. I'm not comfortable with this, bro. He goes out. Don't get me wrong. Brandon's in a good position because he can see everything coming in, but I wouldn't be too comfortable with the person I have static with getting a phone and then leaving the room. You know, like what's going on? I'm following you outside. While going for this, I'm not sitting here in a room with like one door. You know, like this is a little bit too crazy.
The nerds run the world. First of all, don't ever get that twisted. Second of all, you literally, the reason why I consider you a Tariq Nasheed orbiter, despite not being FBA, is because you rose to prominence and became known.
I'm done talking to you because someone sent me a picture today of you clutching a purse with some ripped jeans with your hand like a real. Have y'all seen that picture?
That's called a
I'll
messenger
show y'all that
bag.
picture.
It's called a messenger bag.
Listen, but the way
it's a fashionable item.
The way you're holding it.
I am not taking.
Oh, so you're saying this
bro,
picture doesn't exist?
You wear high water shorts.
Deny it.
You wear high water shorts.
I had to
deny it.
Listen, I came ready for battle just in case your boyfriend wanted to do something.
Whoa.
So I had to wear shorts and athletic gear. He
till-
did too, though. I respect that he did too. He came with the shorts and shit. You
gonna wait till bro leave the room.
No, he
to
can
start
come back. He
popping
can
it?
come back. You just
I ain't even trying to take his side.
Listen. It ain't sides.
I'm trying to be an unbiased.
Yeah, that was a bit slick from Brandon. You didn't say that to him when he's in the room, though, innit? You weren't talking directly to him. You're facing kind of forward. You weren't trying to make eye contact. I don't know about that little slick shit. Anyway, let's fast forward it to what happened. I want to fast forward it to what happened. I want to see where this spit happened. Where's the spit happened? Let's see. I'm gonna fast forward it towards the end. I'm assuming, right? They're both still there in the room. I'm assuming. Brandon leaves. Yeah, Brandon left. Right? He left at one point. So it's probably around somewhere here, isn't it? It's probably here. Yeah, where it gets blacked out. There you go. It's probably somewhere here. There we go. Here. This is where it gets sticky, right? This is where it gets sticky. Suspect's got his hood on. Let's see what happens here. Let's go from like 320. Let's go to 325. What happens here?
From beginning to end, he got some good songs, but some shit is duds. Like, bro, it's not consistent. So he gotta get but I'm just saying he gotta.
Some shit is duds.
It's some of his duds, but he gotta perfect his craft better before he can demand it. What I'm telling you is you're a hypocrite because you're the same nigga who was over here co-signing with Adam about Vlad not paying Aaron the plumber.
What does that have to do? How is that related?
Because
in
you were cool
any
with the
capacity?
Black man getting fucked over.
In
But
any
then when
capacity.
it's lefty, you all up in arms and shit.
No, you fucking imbecile. Literally. No, I literally said Vlad should have paid Aaron. If I was Vlad, I would have just paid him. But I literally said that multiple times. Vlad should have paid Aaron.
Down, you're slurring your words.
Bro, you're slurring your words.
He just
I called him a nigga.
Bro, yeah.
You guys
okay, so let's talk about that, for example. Let's talk about
We're
that.
not going over that.
Oh no, Lush antagonized it. Lush was the reason why they started fighting.
No, let's talk about that.
The rest, you know, people they'll fuck up. I didn't hear it. I didn't listen to it, but you know, people are like mess up with their words though.
Oh, there's countless videos.
So no. But, all right, but I'm saying.
So they went 3 hours and a half without really getting into it, and then all it took was them bringing up the conversation again, and that's why they started fighting. Come on, man. Come on, fellas. They somehow were able to put that to side for 3.5 hours but then it took Lush bringing it back up again, Munchie B bringing it back up again for them to fight again.
It happens though.
I didn't say nothing to the nigga
No,
about
that's
that.
what I'm
I just
saying.
asked him for clarification and he flipped out.
So-
I said it before the camera even went on. So when people say I was trying to
And
do
the countless
for the,
videos you talking about, one time we was in here making a joke about Mikey, where Mikey thought somebody was stealing in here, so I said them niggers was stealing. That was a whole insider, and you wasn't aware of that. So all that, there's countless videos.
But
yeah,
what I'm
nigga.
trying to say
when
is the
Travis
comments-
Ford shit happened, and I was like, you seen one black person on camera, and these niggers is stealing, huh? That's what I said.
That is true, though.
That's what I said to
But
Mikey.
the whole point is niggas
You
trying to
feel
act
me?
like I was asking for content. And I said it before the cameras ever came on.
I think Lush should get stomped out. I'm not really a fan of, advocating for violence, and this is just a fucking commentary podcast, and I'm just talking out my asshole. It's just a live stream. I'm a nobody. This is all alleged. But in a fair world, in a just world, Lush from the very beginning until now has been somewhat stoking the fires of this crash out. It seemed like Brandon and All My Suspect could have actually done this pod, which it seemed like they did for 3.5 hours, fine. Then Lush brings the topic back up again, which leads to them eventually crashing out on each other. Lush deserves to get his hands and feet put on him, for sure. Lush has been crying out for a proper beating, and I think he could have got it from both of these guys, if not at the same time.
Josh is asked the one who turned on. Actually, I think it was Mikey turned on the damn camera like, oh yeah, this is something, and he punched on. I was just asking because I was just like, some people do slip up and say the ER, they do. But I just asked, like, did you say the hard ER? Like, I don't know.
You had me fucked up the minute you started insinuating I was white.
Listen, I still think you're white.
I honestly,
I just don't talk about it no more.
I think y'all a nigga with booty shorts.
No, that's okay. I think this thing your own dad.
Look.
Hey, I think you like
y'all more inter.
What do you think is a harder insult? I think him saying Lush might be your real dad actually hits more than him saying I'm not gonna be like that. That's kind of funny. I think Lush is your real dad is fucking insane.
Entertaining together though.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. So the whole thing is, I'm really glad we've gone now. We're 3.5 hours deep, almost 4 hours.
What's
deep.
up with Lush always meeting a nigga when he's 14? You said you met this nigga when he's 14. The little Mexican, you met him, he 14.
Because
What's with you and 14-year-olds, nigga?
I'm just out here looking for kids.
He gonna
bro.
ask
I don't know what to
questions.
tell you. I'm just here searching for kids, bro.
14 is the age. I knew Lush since I was 14.
Lush knew me way
Yeah,
before that. He
Nah,
was my dad.
the Mexican kid was like, yeah, I met him when I was 14.
Will you Mexican kid?
That's how you know you hate somebody, right? That's how you know you want smoke. This is Brandon's actually trying to help Lush Suspect out in this kind of weird thing, but Suspect jumps in and clarifies, no, I've known Lush I was even younger when I first met Lush. That should be a topic that you should let kind of Brandon kick Lush's head in for. Easy win. But Suspect hates Brandon so much. He wants to clarify, no, I've known Lush even, I've known him since I was even younger than 14. Wild times.
Talking about Jada Mack.
Where you from?
Bro, Jada Mack
From
is
La Habra.
14.
That's what I'm saying.
Jada Mack is 14.
That's what I'm saying.
He met him the other day. You met him when he was 14.
Nah, Lush was like, we go way back. Say you didn't say that.
I definitely did not say that.
You did
I've
say that.
known Jada Mack for like.
We go way
On
back.
video, this nigga was like, man, I knew this dude. Man, he was like, Lush, a Southsider, all types of
You're
shit.
wildin'.
Huh? But he was it Donnie? You were not there when they were acting like they just knew each other forever. Am I wrong or am I right? Okay, but
Everybody likes me, Brandon.
I
I know
don't
you.
get on the internet
You might
and
not
tell
know what that
lies like
feels
you,
like.
Lush.
People not like. Look,
Lush, everyone doesn't like you. Please, everyone doesn't like you. Everyone doesn't like you. Let's not do that. Everyone doesn't like you.
Don't get on the internet and tell lies. Or you trying to poke me in the eye like John Jones, bro?
I'm not trying to poke you.
Okay.
But here's the thing.
Security is right there.
Listen. The whole point of this podcast was to have civil discourse between Brandon and Sus, and we have achieved this. which I'm very happy
The podcast ain't over yet.
Okay.
We
It was
watch
a-
our
You're counting your
The point is-
your eggs before they hatch, buddy.
So now that we're at this point,
Brandon's on smoke. Brandon's on smoke. Brandon's on smoke, bro. He's talking mad. He wants to. Brandon wants that video. He knows. Brandon wants that video of him taking out suspect and all his friends. That's gonna be hard. If there's a video of him in the parking lot, like just laying everyone out, that's gonna go hard. That's gonna do numbers. You know, as long as he doesn't get his head blown off, that's gonna do numbers. Him fucking spinning wheel kick, overhand right, left hook, ducking one, double leg. You know, ground and pound, full mount, real naked choke. Like,
like the whole thing that started this beef was pretty much a misunderstanding.
No, I would not come over you niggas' house and do fun stuff.
The whole, bro, you already invited fools on
what
a date to fucking Marathon Burger like a
scared to
fucking
go to Marathon
homosexual.
Burger?
volunteered to see this nigga.
Yo, whole ass is retarded, bro. I'm from West LA. That's just in my section.
I did
How
my
much closer can
accessibility.
you get? You already
Listen,
seen his
I tried to make peace. I invited niggas to the Marathon Burger grand opening at
Hey, I can go
on May
anywhere the
31st.
fuck I want in the four
If you want
corners,
to hang out with
motherfucker.
me in the Rolling 60 Crips and really be outside and legitimize yourself in the streets of LA, come to Venice.
wow. He's questioning suspect's gangster. He's questioning suspect's street cred. God damn it. No wonder this went left quickly, innit? Oh, Brandon's not having it. Brandon's not having it. I ain't scared.
Marathon grand opening. We're gonna be in there.
I can pull up to Marathon Burger.
It's
with
in
a
the
nigga
circle.
from
It's in the
6-0,
Venice
gang.
circle,
You don't know who you
gang.
I don't care what you talking
That
about. I'm
was-
talking about Marathon Burger. Why you on me about who you know? You're from LA. You should
No,
be
I
able to
said
do
I
that.
can come to Marathon Burger with a nigga from 6-0. You're saying this like niggas can't go there.
I said to be civil. I invited everybody to go.
I said, can
Brandon's trying to. I don't like this, by the way. You know what you're doing. Brandon, you know what you're doing. I don't like this, but this is the thing I don't like about him. This, like, talking out of both sides of your mouth. You know why you said that. You said that because it sounded like you were insinuating that suspect can't go there because of the people that are associated with that, you know, that store and the clique and whatever, right? The gang. And suspect is saying, no, I can go there. Like, why are you acting like I can't go there? This is an interesting little battle. Brandon is meeting suspect where he's at. Before he was talking above, he was trying to be like, oh, I'm not with this whole gang shit. I'm gonna fight him in. But I think he's trying to meet suspect where he's at. Which means he's trying to fight him, really, to be fair. I think he's poking him on purpose.
I get a ride with
you? You 100% can't go. You, specifically. They invited everybody from No Trouble. They said, hey, tell them niggas to come.
Suspect moved that hat. What happened there? Why did he move that hat for? Why did he say like that for? The suspect have a blicky on him or something? Is that why he went outside? The suspect have a strap. He moved that hat. That hat movement was a little bit... And he's not screaming as much as he usually does. He's a little bit too calm for me, suspect. He's a little bit too calm for me. That even tells me he's got something on him, he's scared, or there's people outside. Or maybe all three.
Come up to the grand opening at Marathon Burger. And I spread the word like that.
Hey, fools was finna be there regardless, first of all, if they felt
Hey,
like
shout
it or
out
not.
to Kyrie Doty. All these niggas y'all talk about suck. There's one dude coming out of AZ, Kyrie Doty. That's next up. I call bro West.
Jesus Christ. All you need, he's on some Draco the Ruler shit. Brandon's on some Draco the Ruler shit. Fuck Inglewood, isn't it? He's saying, oh, you suck. Brandon's on these Draco the Ruler shit. Holy shit. All you suck, except this one guy, which basically means suspect sucks. Look at suspect. God damn.
West Coast Dreezy. He's got some jams, bro.
Dreezy, the chick from Chicago?
You should play one of his songs.
You mean Drizzy?
We get copyright.
No, he don't got copyright on it.
No, we not doing. Because
You a hating ass nigga?
No, we can play his music on the music
We
stream
had
on
doing
Friday.
all that cheerleading
We
in
can
your
play him on
booty
the music
shorts,
stream
nigga.
on
You
Friday.
not
No,
putting your
Kyrie
boyfriend
don't.
on
No,
up
because
here.
they was talking. No.
We're not gonna let you put your boyfriend on
Okay.
cheerleading with them booty shorts.
Back when it was me and
Put
four
your
other
pom-poms
real
away
black
and
men
your
in
booty
here,
shorts.
We can play him on
Suspect.
Friday on the music stream.
Listen,
You guys have that coming.
listen, I'm telling you.
To be fair, one of the things I love about Suspect, actually, to be fair to him, he does do this thing where he kind of like cackles like this, that makes jokes that don't even sound that funny funnier because of how he laughs.
Powerful bunch.
Can you imagine having to explain a predictive analysis report to these CEOs, on the dead homies you all finna make some money next quarter,
Hey, intellect comes in all different shapes and sizes. Maybe this debate about like let's just say, big up Mr. O, somebody could have lost their life off of this, right? And then you go back to the genesis of the issue. What's the problem? What really is the problem? What really happened between these two that would result in this much tension, really? It's just unnecessary that we can do this to each other, innit? Us blacks in general. Like, what is really the issue that would cause these people to... Like, I don't know, whatever. Big up Mr. O. Let's just continue watching the video.
He better
all that
be
shit
wrong.
y'all was talking about the beef and all the West Coast, bro, way better than all of them. Put that dude on Friday, Kyrie
We gonna
Doty.
run that.
You
We
know
go-
the dude with the goddamn.
Oh yeah,
you
that
know-
fool is hard.
Hey, that
actually.
nigga's
Okay.
hard, bro.
That
Y'all
fool is
niggas
hard.
suck.
But with that being
Y'all
said,
got me into hip hop now, so I'm looking at people.
I'm glad that we're opening
Kyrie
your
Doty.
mind.
Kyrie Doty, look it up.
So do you guys feel like sus? What made you even decide to come on the pod? Because at first you weren't
Nigga,
even.
I didn't know until this morning. And if I'm on the flyer, I'm coming. I'm not scared of this bitch ass nigga. They say he coming.
Y'all retarded.
They say he coming. I'm not finna not come. I didn't give a fuck.
Hey, listen.
Bitch ass niggas. in some, and honestly, Lush needs to get stomped out. Look at his face. Like, why are you antagonizing this thing? Why aren't you trying to cool it down? Why aren't you trying to bring the temperature down a bit? Why are you egging it? So I don't even care if Adam22 booked this. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even care if Adam22 was the reason why these guys are in this same room. Lush, now you're the host and you're the one that's meant to be leading this fucking room. You should bring the temperature down a bit. Why are you adding to this? When you're the one person in the room, even ahead of Munchie B, that can't even see, that would likely perish if anything went down. You're the one that's going out first, guaranteed. If anybody doesn't leave that room, it's Lush first. Lush is the first one that perishes. He's straight up going. He's gone. He's done. You punch that guy in the chest, he won't get up again. It's over. And he's out here waffling and come on, bro. What are you doing, people? Just bring the temperature down. He probably might be the oldest person in the room too. Lush might be the oldest person in that room. Bring the temperature down. Why are you antagonizing this?
Whatever happened.
Oh, you
ain't- You ain't scared of me, but I know who you are scared of.
Bring him. Bring him.
DC baby.
Bring him. Bring him. The nigga on paperwork? Who? The nigga on
Paperwork ain't got shit to do with that ass whooping you about to get, nigga.
Why are you? How am I gonna get
What's
whooped by a nigga on paperwork for touching kids?
We're not supposed to say that name. He who shall not be named.
How can you profess for
This
a nigga on
nigga, this
paperwork?
nigga DC Baby Draco is Voldemort.
Hold on, bro.
Y'all
You
wanna say the nigga name?
a clown type nigga.
The
Niggas
capital-
will
Why
whoop
am I
you
a clown?
Niggas will whip you out because you're defending a pedophile. Why is that your man?
DC Baby
Niggas
Draco.
on paperwork for
Oh, that
pimping
nigga.
a
That's
Yeah.
You do the blog.
I don't give a fuck. That got nothing to do
You
with
don't
that.
give a fuck.
It ain't got nothing to do with that thing y'all got.
You a weird type nigga.
Well,
Who brings up, I know who you do.
Can I ask you something? No, honestly, can I ask you something? Can I ask you something? Honestly,
how's that cool?
let me just answer this
How's that
question.
cool? That's
Let
your
me
man?
just say this. Let me
Is
just
that
say
your
this. Can I
Is
say?
that your man?
Can I say this?
Is that your man?
Can I say this?
Is that your man?
Can I say this?
Why are you speaking on him?
I
Is that
just
your
want to
man?
say this.
Is that your man?
Damn. This is where it goes left, and you can tell the tension. You can tell the tension's rising. And look, you can even tell Lush. Lush is no longer smiling like with glee, like content. Lush is nervous now. Even Lush is nervous. That guy's not smiling anymore. Munchie B's not smiling. They can tell the temperature's changed. Look at Lush. Lush has got that nervous smile. That's a smile when you're like, sitting there hoping people pass you the plate with the lines. You ain't chipped something in for the baggies. You've not chipped nothing in for the multivitamins. You've not chipped anything in the whole day. You didn't get the Ubers. You didn't fucking go get drinks. You didn't even accompany the girls when they went to go get drinks. You didn't pay for the fucking food that came in. You probably never chipped in for the Airbnb. But when the plate comes around with the fucking lines, you're there like hoping nervously it comes around to you. Or somebody offers you one. That's the funny face he's got. He's nervous. He's worried. He's worried.
Powerful bunch.
Yo, big up, Mr. O.
I swear the internet brings out the worst in me. Now I loathe in Catholic guilt. I need to stop with the shots at these internet folks.
Welcome to my world. Welcome to my world. I was brought up in the church, man. That's why I probably got this heart, this compassion of mine, this need to always see the best in people or to always see the other side, you know? Ugh, it's fucking annoying. But anyway, big up Mr. O.
Man.
Yeah, I didn't know that backstory.
Let me get my words out.
I got the paperwork.
Hey,
I just knew that.
Munchie, you be the judge.
Is that your man's?
Munchie, you be the judge.
This the
Wouldn't
paperwork
it be?
right here.
Wait, hold on.
Is that your man's?
Okay.
This is the paper right here.
Let's say
Anthony. Human trafficking of a minor, pimping of a minor, special allegation, minor victim. Is this
your
your
man?
man?
I thought on my YouTube channel.
Okay, listen.
Is this your man who you defending up here?
No,
you
listen.
ass nigga?
Munchie,
I see you wear booty shorts
you
and
be
you
the
like
judge.
pedophiles.
You be the
that
judge.
type nigga.
Listen.
You bring up niggas who touch
Okay,
kids
can
and you
I
wear booty
finish?
shorts.
Can I finish?
You a weird
Let
type
me
nigga.
finish. You good? I'm weird. Munchie. Now, let me let you be the judge. Wouldn't it be amazing for your street cred to pull up on a pedophile and whoop his feet?
No.
Especially be calling you out? You could be doing a service for the hood. If a nigga was a pedophile calling me out, I'd be like, oh, I got 2 reasons to whoop your ass.
You don't link and give.
And then everybody will have respect for you. You might come back from that ass whooping in that alley. Well, he did get whooped out in the alley, but he didn't. He beat up a pedophile. That match up.
For what?
Hey, that
You know what's funny though? I don't think Suspect lets anybody else say this to him. If he didn't see that video of if he didn't know that Brandon could fight, I don't think he lets him say this to him. And no one else could. I mean, like that's the like he's watching how he responds. He's like being a lot more, because there's already so many instances where I could see like stuff should be thrown already. Things, an altercation should already proceeded. Or you know what I mean? Like Brandon saying some stuff. He got whopped in an alley, but at least he beat up the pedophile. Yo, Brandon's hilarious.
that match up, bro. Like you
The jury is insane.
Do no meetings.
What would have not?
Jury y'all talking about.
If you want to do something, niggas, see me when you do it. All that meeting shit. I'm not in 10th grade. I don't meet niggas at the bathroom at 2 o'clock.
How does it feel to be hunted through the streets of LA? I'm bringing Sharp out here so you and Lush can run together.
I'm not finna meet this nigga at 12 o'clock on a Thursday.
This is where you fuck up because
Wow, exactly. Okay, no, Brandon's amazing. Brandon's amazing. Look at Lush. Oh, this is where you fucked up, bro. I want to see. I know. Sharp is going through a tough time. Sharp is in his fucking pocket pussy torso fucking phase. Women are coming out and kind of verifying this piss drinking allegations against him. He's having a hard time right now. So praise out to Sharp. But I'll be lying if I said I wouldn't love to see Sharp beat the brakes off of fucking Lush. Please, man. With a cup in hand, sagging his jeans at pot belly, and those jewelry. I'd love it. I'd love nothing more than to see Sharp just put hands and knees and elbows on fucking Lush. That'd be so gratifying to see.
About Gucci Bandit? The fuck?
this is where you fuck up because
nigga,
I'm
the
impartial
watch.
until you start saying shit like that.
The way we watch.
I was impartial
I don't care.
Start saying shit like that.
I don't care.
He sounds
I'm
stupid.
gonna fly Sharp out so you guys can run together.
Hey,
This
like-
me run some DC Baby Draco, you run some Sharp. It's gonna be a marathon.
That's your man's. We see the type of nigga you is. You wear booty shorts.
Now
and you
y'all
like
be going
niggas
at
who
me
touch
all day
kids.
now. When I start going
We
at
like
niggas,
it.
it's a problem.
We like
Come
it.
on, bro.
There's no problem.
Well, stop taking it
It's not
personal.
a problem.
See,
Just stop
I was
bringing-
on your side
I-
until
no,
you
I-
said
I was
that.
trying to
What
be
you
impartial.
sound like? What are you doing?
I was
a
trying to
voice
be
for?
impartial.
I
That's
was
you.
trying to be impartial.
That's you.
It's funny when you do
sound
like
like Dejan doing even softer voice.
it's like Deshaun imitating RuPaul.
Yeah, let's
at
do
this
fuck.
point.
I feel like the John kind of disappeared after the Rolling Loud shit.
Leave LeJon alone. LeJon was whooping a nigga feet
No,
last time I
just
saw him.
like you.
after the Rolling Loud, he disappeared a little
Y'all
bit.
niggas
right?
sound like twins.
That's okay.
Or he's still on the scene.
Deshaun, it's funny. He's been pretty quiet since
Yeah, right.
then.
Since
Yeah,
he,
yes.
Since he whipped on old boy.
You'd figure that this would be like a huge moment of triumph, and he did definitely take a, relish in the victory. But we haven't seen the next. Maybe he's
not a
working on-
clout chaser.
He like to wrestle niggas on matches.
That's true.
And grab booty cheeks.
Damn.
He like to
I
defend
like
pedophiles.
booty cheeks. That's for sure.
That shit crazy. He like to
I didn't defend
pedophiles.
anyone.
He like
I
to
didn't
watch
Let's
wee-wee.
be honest. Did I
He
defend the
like to
dude?
watch
No.
wee-wee.
No, exactly.
No.
So you're lying.
like to watch
He said I
wee-wee.
didn't defend him.
He like to watch wee-wee.
I'm just saying, man.
The wee-wee watcher is out of control.
Yeah, so he hasn't
You gotta
uploaded
get
to
a
his
hold
channel
of
in
it.
6.
I think the wee thing I think he's saying is when Lush did the drug testing thing, right? Lush did the drug testing thing during the stream, and Brandon was filming it and went to the toilet with Lush when he went to piss, and didn't try and leave. He was like all over. I don't know. Again, that's not a big deal really, but wee washing is fucking. It's a funny little line, but I think that's where that comes from.
6 months.
You bugging today. You watching wee-wees, you fucking with pedos, you got booty shorts on. Today has been a crazy day for you.
If you go beat up that pedophile,
Today's been a crazy
you're gonna have a
day.
lot of cool points in the
Today's been
streets of
crazy.
LA.
A nigga beat you up.
He probably would.
No, me. A nigga will beat you up.
You
Fuck
will
talking
beat
about?
me up?
Yes,
You
niggas
can't beat me up.
Stop bringing up
You
other
can't
niggas
beat me
who
up.
in jail. Nigga,
You
niggas
really
beat
think
There's something so emasculating about another man saying, "You can't beat me up. You can't beat me." Like, this is such an interesting conversation. Uncle knows where it's gonna go. This is gonna go left very quickly.
you could beat me up?
beat you up.
No, you can't.
Fuck you mean?
No.
Nigga
You
didn't
can't.
follow me outside.
All right.
I'm gonna be outside as soon as this is over. If you feel that strongly, then get cracking.
Follow me.
Follow you. I'm gonna walk right outside, right
Follow
past
me
you.
outside the building.
I'm
away
gonna
from
walk
security.
right out the
Follow me
building.
away from
I'm gonna walk
security,
right
and you
out
can
the
do whatever
building,
you
and you're
like
gonna
to.
do
And we
nothing.
can do whatever you'd like to. Bitch.
I'm gonna walk right. You just
let's-
said you was gonna beat me
let's-
up. Now we're gonna do whatever.
All right, we're not doing none of that. No fights.
Listen,
No
wait a
fights.
minute, wait a minute.
No fights.
That's a good point, though. That's a good point. What are you saying? Are you gonna beat me up, or are you gonna do whatever I want to? It's almost like he's saying, "I'm not scared, so I don't mind if I get beat up, but I don't think I'm scared of you." Which is not really the same as saying you're gonna beat somebody up. That's almost like what DSP does. When DSP is playing Street Fighter and he fucking gets matched up with some guy from the FGC that's like a legend. And then DSP be like, "Oh my god, it's like Harry's. Oh, I can't beat him up." Oh, and he just leaves his controller. Man, he's just too good. He doesn't even try because the person's like a legend or something. So he's kind of doing the same thing. It's like, you don't get credit for just fighting a guy and not trying to win, Like, that's not how it works. I know he's got like 200 pounds on him and he's a trained fighter, I know. But you can't say I'm going to fuck you up and then also say, you can do what you want to do.
How niggas use coded language?
So we can do what you like to.
Can I peacefully say this?
Yes,
You see how
please.
niggas use
Booty
coded
band.
language? He
Booty
first
band.
said
You watch
he want to
wee-wees
fight
and
me.
you wear booty
Then he
shorts.
said we
You
gonna
don't
do
wanna
whatever
do
you want to do.
nothing.
This
You don't
nigga
wanna
just
do
talks
nothing.
crazy
You don't
like.
wanna do
Listen,
nothing,
I'm
though.
not worried about
Let's
your
get
little
into
high
some-
yellow ass,
You
bro.
just
For
talking with your
real.
booty shorts on. You
We
don't
both
wanna
got
do
our
nothing.
shirts on.
So
You wanna do
Papoose
nothing,
claims he
but watch
wrote
this
90% of
wear
Remy Ma's
assholes.
music, guys.
He's a buster.
Papoose apparently claims he wrote 90% of Remy Ma's music.
You
I
Remy
believe
Ma
it.
right now. You changing up the story.
Nigga, you watch dicks. Shut
He
up.
said we could do. He said I'm gonna whoop your ass. Then said we could do whatever you want to do.
All right, bro.
Look,
You watch.
look.
You know what I want to do? I want to
You don't need to
podcast.
watch. I want you
Ignore
to stop
all
watching
light skinned
wee-wee.
niggas.
I want you to stop watching Wee Wees and put some pants on, gay ass nigga.
I will do both of those for you.
When you wear
I will do both of those for you.
Stop volunteering to see dicks.
Unbiasedly.
I want you to go to Turkey and get your hairline replenished and get that fucking ball spot filled in.
Shorts off.
Listen,
I'll do that when you take your booty shorts off, nigga.
Hey,
stop wearing
Donnie,
booty shorts off, nigga.
Take this nigga on a tour to Turkey to get his hairline replenished.
Stop playing. I play tennis.
Powerful bunch.
You might be stronger, but I won't be easy.
You're gonna have to push yourself into me. I'm not gonna back into you. You're gonna have to push yourself into me. If you get it, huh? I'm not gonna fucking whine into you. I'm not gonna back that thing into you. You're gonna have to push yourself into me.
They gonna revival y'all friend laughing at you.
It's funny. When you're funny, it's funny.
Y'all friend laughing at you. That's
Here's
a
the
damn
thing.
shame.
He about to get beat up by a guy wearing booty shorts.
Hey, right? Imagine you called his name and got whooped out by a nigga in booty shorts. That's crazy. That would be reality. That would be reality.
I would love to see it. You wrestle niggas on mats. We ain't seen you do nothing with your hands yet.
Lush, it doesn't work. I mean, Suspect doesn't work that way. Just because he wrestles, also that's a fight. Like, what's this? Is this like an LA thing that you're not allowed to like wrestle or something? That you're not allowed to like? It's a fight. It's a street fight. It's no holds. There's no holds barred. No rules. You just have to win. Like, what is this? You can't like what? Also, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm taking the guy that trains. Even if he just wrestles over you, the Suspect, I'm not gonna lie. Even if you were the same size, I'm gonna take him over you any day of the week. Plus, we all saw that video of Suspect fighting Lush. It didn't look good. It didn't look good.
Hey, when you see it, you go. Well, you're not gonna see it. You're gonna be knocked out.
But to be fair to him, I think he's also saying this to get Brandon outside. I think this is like a plan. He wants to say what he's saying to him to get Brandon to go outside because that's where he has his things. I'm assuming that's where the mandem are at. You get me? The mandem are out in cars and whatever, and he might have a little thing on him too. I think that's the reason why.
Everybody else gonna see it.
The reality is this.
Everybody else
Show
gonna
me.
see it.
They gonna be watching.
Show me.
Man,
Suspect.
Show me, bitch ass nigga. You know you want to make it home to your
First
kids.
it was if you call
know
me.
you want to make it home
now
to your
it's you ain't
kids.
gonna make it home to
Come
your
on,
kids.
bitch ass
You see how
nigga,
the
show
story?
me.
See how the
Show
story
me.
evolves?
Come show
First
me.
it was we was gonna
Just
catch
come
a fade.
show me.
Then we gonna do what you
Who
want
said I was
to do.
talking
Now
about more
it's
than the
death
feds?
threats.
Who
Now
said I
it's
was talking about more than the feds? You police ass
You
nigga.
said you're not gonna make it home to your
Who
kids.
said anything about more than the feds?
What does that even
You
mean?
cannot make it home from a fade, you bitch ass
Listen,
nigga.
you cannot
Stop putting
make it
police
home
shit on me.
from a
Stop putting
fade.
police shit on me.
Boy, you
federal
like a
ass
true
faggot.
light-skinned
You a
nigga.
federal faggot.
Hey.
You a federal faggot.
You should have that energy in that alley that day.
You a federal faggot.
You should have that energy in that alley that day.
Federal faggot.
I'm gonna listen.
We gotta watch this.
This is a fact.
He's a federal faggot and a wee wee watcher.
Can I get a word? Can I get a word? Can I get a word?
You're a wee wee watcher.
This is a fact.
You're a wee wee watcher.
This is a fact. I'm gonna say what I want to say.
And you
I
watch
call
wee
this
wees.
nigga Antoine Dotson a bitch and everything else.
You
I'm
watch
still
wee
gonna
wees.
come to no jumper.
You
I'm
watch wee
gonna walk in and out this bitch. If a nigga wanna do something, there's nothing but space and opportunity. Ain't worried about a light-skinned
You
nigga,
ain't never
no
called me
nigga,
no
period.
bitch. You
So
ain't
if a
never called
nigga's
me no
that
bitch.
gay, he's
You
always
ain't never
bringing
called
up
me no
fighting.
bitch.
You can't
You
get
ain't
a
never
nigga
called
bringing
me
up
no
fighting
bitch.
and trying to put it on
You ain't
another
never
nigga
called
to
me
do
no
something.
bitch.
That was pretty clear. That was pretty clear. That was pretty clear. Now Suspect has to do something. Unfortunately. He laid it down there. He laid down the marker. He laid down the line. He laid down the criteria. He laid down exactly what's going to happen and what's going to occur. He put Suspect into a corner. Now you have to do something. You've been speaking all this shit. You've been shouting all this rah-rah. Because this is anybody else. Suspect is flying over that little table and firing on that person. Throw it like something is going down. There's no way he lets this go this far. He's only letting this go this far because Brandon is obviously a trained fighter and he's worried that he's gonna get fucked up, innit? Like he's just scared. Like let's just call it. Let's just call a spade a spade. Suspect is scared. In this room, he's scared. That's why he's trying to get this thing to go outside. He's not trying to do because anybody else he would have done something by now. but he's not doing anything, and he's getting marked out, as they say over there. He's getting marked out because he says some stuff.
So, but I just caught you one. I just caught you one. Just for that, you are a bitch.
Guys. Guys.
You are a bitch. That was good.
Nigga, no nigga, period. So if a nigga's that gay, he's always bringing up fighting. You can't get a nigga bringing up fighting and try to put it on another nigga to do something.
So,
but I just caught you one. I just caught you one. Just for that, you are a bitch.
Guys.
To be fair, if you was really with it, you step forward. You don't step to the side. You step forward. He would have got a teak hit to the face, innit? Those are some big fucking thighs. He would have got a teak hit to the face or the stomach. But the side stance is a bit weird. You should go forward. Why are you stepping to the side, you know? If you really should be going towards your...
I feel like...
Just for that, you are a bitch.
Guys.
Guys, come on.
Oh, weapons. Did suspect pull out a knife? A gun.
Let's do something. He knew he had a weapon.
Oh, they blocked the fucking camera.
Powerful bunch.
Come on, fucking hell.
Hope you let the record reflect us can't beat me up.
Come on, no jumper, bro. If you're gonna start this madness and start this nonsense, let the camera... Come on, no jumper, man. You're antagonizing it. You're putting these people in the same room that clearly have beef with each other. You're egging them on, but then you turn off the camera.
Let's do something.
What's going on? What you gonna do?
Nothing. Let's do something, bitch. Alright, nigga, don't spit on me. Nigga, you ain't do nothing. Nigga, shut up, you a bitch. Nigga, that part, nigga, shut up. Nigga, you got spit on.
No, I didn't.
You did.
No
Yeah, you
spit
did. I
touch
watched
me.
it.
No spit touch me. No spit touch me.
I watched it.
Come on, Brand. Is it possible? It's possible, right? To be Brandon and still be a lame, innit? Like, he's still a bit of a lame, to be fair. What do you mean no spit touched me? It doesn't matter if he touched you or not. He spat in your direction. That's super disrespectful. That's like, you know, way above fighting words. What do you mean? That's like, clearly, to be fair, clearly suspect did that to get Brandon to do something to get that fight to go outside. Because that's what suspect wants. He wants that fight to go outside. From the minute this podcast started, he got that text from a friend. He went outside, he started cackling and shit. He's obviously, you know, something's outside, whatever it is outside. And Brandon, I guess, doesn't want to go outside, to be fair, really. Even though he can handle himself, he also doesn't want to go outside. So he wants to keep it in that room. Because if he keeps the fight in that room, suspect ain't walking out. Let's be real. Like, suspect ain't, no one stopping, like, you know, let's be real. But it also goes to show these guys aren't really about, because they could have easily fought if they wanted to. Off this is all fucking entertaining. If they really wanted to fight, they could have easily fought before. You know, this is really.
Hey, bro, y'all are tripping, bro. What's going on?
What you want to do about it, nigga? What you want to do about it? Meet me outside, nigga.
You're scaring me.
What you want to do about it?
What you want to do
about it, nigga? What you want to do about it? That part, nothing. Nothing. Look what? Do something about it.
And why is Lush, honestly, Lush should have got punched. Lush should have got punched. I'm not gonna lie, Lush should have got punched. Why is Lush standing there? By the way, he's got really small hands, isn't it? His hands are really small. Not gonna lie. Not sure why that matters or anything, but his hands are really small. Weirdly enough for his whole body. Like, he's big everywhere else, but his hands are tiny. Lush should have got punched. Brandon should have just hit fucking Lush with a one quick left hand. Lush is the one that antagonized the whole thing. Lush's fucking tweaked out meth head ass should have got fucking spanked.
pod before this happened, guys. It was so good. Nigga, intelligent dialogue. Fucking I was just about to say that, you know.
What the fuck? Hey, y'all tripping, bro.
Come do something.
Man. That's why y'all had security, man. Y'all was on bullshit.
No jumper was cracking.
The whole time.
Come do something, Mr. Black.
Man brought a knife to.
Come do something.
No, there's no weapons. No weapons.
Suspect brought a knife. Oh, suspect's got a knife. No wonder he was talking so spicy. Now I get it. He was trying to give him the fucking RP Draco treatment, innit?
No weapons.
Come do something, Mr. Black.
There's a knife right there.
Come
You
do
look
something.
at
Where? Where?
Brandon as well, man. No wonder him and fucking Flacco are friends, innit? They're gonna fucking snitch, innit? They're gonna fucking yap. They're gonna get real federal. They're gonna get real pointy. They're gonna get real fucking tattletale, innit? Like, he got a knife. Like, fucking. No wonder him and Flacco are friends. Brandon and Flacco are definitely friends. You can tell how. You can tell.
A Swiss Army knife.
Where? Police asking you where? You're the feds. Federal fag. Bitch ass nigga.
That nigga brought a fight to a multi-fight.
And I'm not gonna lie, this security guard doesn't look that big. I know the security guard probably has a gun on him and shit, I understand. But if Suspect wanted to really hit Brandon, I think Suspect could have got past the security guard. The security guard isn't that wham. So none of these guys really wanted it. Suspect didn't want to save his face because he said, "You didn't call me a bitch." And then obviously Brandon said the word bitch, so he had to kind of step and like say something because of the whole Kelpie thing, right? And people think that Suspect is a, you know, is a bully or only fights people he knows he can beat up, whatever, right? So he had to do something to save face, so he spat at him. But Brandon also didn't really want to fight because he knows if he did, it could escalate and then whoever's outside or whatever's outside could come inside. That's what I think happened. Because the Suspect wanted to really get to Brandon, he could have got past this guy. This guy ain't that big. None of them, it's just this. This is so unfortunate, man. Like, the one that really needs to get whooped is fucking this dork right in the middle. It's just a stamp of another white man in the middle of two black people. It's always like this, isn't it? The guy that actually antagonized the whole thing might be Adam22, who booked the show. I'm not too sure if it is him, but he's not even there. He's in New York now, interviewing rappers and shit. He's on the opposite fucking side of the fucking country. But the person that was antagonizing the issue, that was bringing up the past arguments, that was goading them, shit stirring, was this fucking tweaked out meth head. He's the one that should have got stomped out. He's the one that should have got beaten up.
Like, share, subscribe, no jumper, running it up. We're not done yet, by the way. Make sure to subscribe to the Lush World channel as well.
Hey, this shit
Fuck you talking to? Nigga crazy as fuck. Who a bitch?
My nigga look like a baby sumo. Walking about this mouth.
That shit got. I'm not gonna lie.
It was nigga tossed you, love.
No, he didn't even touch me.
You fell over. Hey, look.
Did I fall? I didn't fall.
Hey, man,
why ain't making things up?
Hey, I thought I got
man, no, you trying to fake come in at the end. Look, hey,
no,
look,
but why did
that nigga was, he was.
Oh, what did Lush get fucking pushed to the ground? I would have loved to have seen that. I would have loved to have seen Lush getting fucking, you know, smashed loads of. I would have loved to have seen that.
Gonna toss you, Lush.
Yeah, you know.
That's what I meant to say. You try to fake come in at the end like you was gonna stand in.
I'm just trying to minimize damage. No, there's already footage of me trying to like get away from skirmishes. So that's
Powerful bunch.
We need to take these two to Dr. Phil to fix all this.
It's just like, I guess it's all entertainment. I understand it's not that big of a deal. It's not that serious. I'm probably making too much of it, but it's just, I don't know, man. It's just like these guys are so like proud and so much led with their ego that you could have seen this going north. Like somebody could have lost their life actually, and it would have been for what? Think about it. What would it have been for? Somebody could have got really seriously hurt. For what? Because that guy said he thought, suspect said, nigger with a hard ER. What? 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 They didn't know each other literally like a month ago. They probably didn't know each other a month ago. And now they've got beef to the point where suspect is bringing knives allegedly to this.
I tried to like do my.
Did he once do this with Adam 22 when he had his beef? Did he once get to a point where Adam 22 he needed to pull out a knife on him? When him and Adam 22 had their little tete-a-tete. Why is it always with us we have to go to extreme levels of violence? When it's people that look like us, we have to go to extreme levels of violence and aggression. When it's other people, it's not. It's an argument, it's a debate, it's whatever. But when it's us, we have to go to extreme, and it's never of anything serious.
Best is staying in the middle.
Bro, no, I'm trying to make sure he got no
good till he got the call.
He said, oh, no, nigga, I'm gonna make sure that ain't got shit. Nigga,
I will say that it is improper decorum to try to bring attention to a weapon. I don't know why.
It's stupid, bro.
And it's improper. Let's just talk. It's improper for you to keep talking about it. Just stop talking about it. It's improper for you to bring up like mention of a weapon, bro. Stop talking about it. Stop talking about it.
That nigga said, look.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? It's a rap like the condoms y'all be wearing or what?
I mean, look.
This was crazy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read the super chats. I'm gonna read. Let's read the super chats before we get up out of here. I was gonna say I think that suspect might have initially overreacted, but Brandon clearly has a big case of colorism.
Lush, you caused this whole issue. I'm not gonna lie. If I was suspect, I'll tell you to shut your fucking mouth. You caused this whole issue. You brought it up. For 3.5 hours, these guys were passively aggressively dissing each other, throwing little fucking sneak jabs at each other, right? Sneak disses at each other, and it was okay. They were cordial. They were they were doing what needs to be done for the content. Then fucking Lush's pale, whatever, he's dumbass, brought up the fucking argument, and it got them going again. Lush caused this shit. Lush was getting attacked. Lush was getting dissed by Brandon. He thought, oh no, how about you guys? When you guys are talking about the...
And I think these are my two major takeaways.
Brandon got him out of this.
Said, fuck this.
Welcome to all our new members. Thank you guys. $5.
Look, man, y'all niggas out of pocket, bro.
100 right now with Brandon Buddy.
I told y'all niggas that they had y'all in something that y'all did.
To be fair, Munchie did go from there to there, innit? Where did Munchie be? Where's Munchie be at? He was sitting at the top of the chair, wasn't he? Munchie B was there. No, Munchie B was here, right? Munchie B was sitting down there, right? There he is there. There's Munchie B there, sitting, having a good time, alright? And then somehow Munchie B ended up on the back seat of that chair. He somehow sensed what was going on, Daredevil style, and got up expeditiously, right? He somehow got from there all the way to there. Look at Munchie B. Yo, by the way, Brandon built like a minotaur, innit? Brandon built like a minotaur. Look at that back off. Brandon built like a fucking minotaur.
Powerful bunch.
Lush dressed like 14 years old who scams for V-Bucks.
Yeah, Lush. That Lush fit is like one of the worst fits I've seen in my entire life. Those recent Bape superstars with the fucking, horrendous. The jeans horrendous. The shirt, the neck hole is way too loose. That shirt is definitely secondhand. Or just shit Bape nowadays, right? Shit Bape shark hoodie. Look how loose that neck is. It's fucking awful. With that fucking hat that makes no sense. It looks like he ran out of dye for his beard, by the way. It looks like he ran out of fucking beard dye or something. Or maybe just ran out of hair dye in general. That beard is all over the place. Some bits are thick, some bits are long. He looks like he cut it himself. He looks like he kind of did it in between, maybe racking up a few lines. You know, we've all been there. It looks like he done that. Like, he looks a fucking mess. He looks a fucking mess. He's the one that should have got roundhouse kicked. He should have got fucking power slammed or something, man. That guy's a fucking mess. Anyway, I think that's it, right? I think that's it.
You can't call him a bitch. You feel me? Like, and I'm pretty sure you guys can't be called a bitch either. You feel me? I'm not gonna fucking find out the wrong
open
way.
up them doors though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
he been calling a nigga a bitch for a month.
Yeah, he has. But and here's the thing. So where did Brandon was Brandon? Here's the real argument. Was Brandon actually in his feelings when he said that to suspect?
Lush, let's not do that. Let's not do this. The guy's not in the room now. He's not talking super like with his chest and shit. Honestly, man, like you could slap that guy's hand and you might leave a bruise. And this is how he's talking. Like, look at this guy's beard, bro. Look at his fucking. Did he fill that in with a Sharpie or something? Look at that beard. Did he color his beard in with a Sharpie? What the fuck is going on there? Did he color his beard in with a fucking board marker? You know those board markers? You know that scammers use on fucking whiteboards and shit for their Forex shit. And it's like it's running out. It's like a board marker that's been left in the sun too long. Look at that. Look at him.
Or was he just trying to provoke something?
I hate to be that guy, but I hate seeing us like this, man. I'm not gonna lie, I hate seeing us like this. This is so lame. Like, if you've got actual street beef and you're actually involved in stuff and you live that life, fair enough, right? Whatever. You know, it is what it is. You live that kind of life, you're gonna die or end up in prison. It is what it is. So whoever's hand you go by, it doesn't really matter. But if you're just regular dudes, you're on a fucking pod, you get to make good money, talking shit, reacting to news, hanging out, smoking free weed, chilling, whatever. I don't see the need for this. I really don't see it. Especially when there's no actual real beef. No one's fucking relatives have gotten smacked up. No one's friends have gotten fucking smacked up. You know? No blood has been spilled. No actual stuff has happened between them that should lead to this type of friction, lead to this type of conflict. Like, even people that work together hate each other for more legitimate reasons in actual workplaces get on better than this. You know what I mean? Just to kind of, like, got a job to do, man. I might hate you, but we still are colleagues. We have to get this done. We're just gonna get this done. And these guys had a little fucking tete-a-tete, a little falling out, miscommunication, something, whatever. And now it's turned into this.
Suspect to get off of his square.
Man, I mean, it's my first time meeting him. I don't know.
The same shit with the provoking. With the soon as nigga, and the nigga said we was finna get on camera in 2 minutes, bro. The nigga looked at me and said, "Call me a nigga." Like, this what he do. This what he do. And he beefed with Tariq Nasheed. Tariq Nasheed got a restraining order on that nigga. This what
and sued him. He had a lawsuit against him.
This what he do. He troll niggas and get attention.
I ain't got a dog in the fight, but I did notice when he walked out, he got on Legend. He like, yeah. Some of your boyfriend referring to him, like, they ain't call this nigga his boyfriend.
Well, no, he was saying more shit before. He said,
that's all I heard right there.
He said, I think Lush is your real father. He was like making a lot of like.
I'm not gonna lie, this guy's laughing too much too, by the way. I think he also made it worse. This guy also helped to make it worse. This guy's laugh is funny, I'm not gonna lie. He made it kind of worse. He also was not helping. I think Brandon kept looking at him. Every time Brandon was saying an insult about suspect, Brandon kept looking at this guy to make him laugh. So I don't think this guy helped either. I think this guy kind of hurt suspect's feelings.
But at that point, that's all I heard.
No, but the thing is, look, all this aside.
Hey, yo, Super Jello. Brandon is in Bucci Beth on Twitter, the Twitter account. No way. No, is that what you mean? Do you mean there's a person on Twitter that's got the name Bucci, who I think I follow, is quite a popular person on there? That person is fucking Brandon.
I fuck with Brandon as a content creator and debater. Although I don't like when he.
I gotta watch this.
One of the main things that I'm against. This is my main thing that I'm against Brandon about is colorism. Like you act like you're for all people that are darkly, all black people. You consider Africans under the same.
Look, you've been in the feds with my cousin, and that's my first cousin. Black as a motherfucker. You've been at all my family houses.
Yes.
Ain't no white people, none of that. Nothing.
I've never.
It's funny how they're talking like this, by the way. And Lush kind of him and Lush fought, and Lush beat the brakes off him. It's funny how they're talking like this. He's actually family, you know. Lush is actually. Lush should. The suspect should be calling Lush uncle, like they've literally grown up together, but he still ended up fighting him. Yo, fighting your uncle is insane, yo. Fighting your uncle because of a podcast is insane. You know how insane that is? Fighting your uncle over a podcast is fucking insane.
You know, nigga, when you light skinned, niggas play with you like that your whole life. I don't do that. I don't do that light skinned white shit. We not doing that, fool. I'm not Drake. I'm not mixed. I'm just a light skinned black nigga, fool. So we not gonna do that. You feel me? Cause I take that shit personal. Cause nigga, I get treated these same places as your black ass do. When I'm in the mall, niggas follow me like I'm stealing. Nigga, when I'm in Target, you feel me? Nigga, when I'm walking down the street, the white lady grab her purse and go across the street too. So you're not finna call me no white man when I go through the exact same struggles as you just cause you 4 shades darker than me. Now I'm a white man. I don't feel that shit. So we not finna do that.
But look, the thing is, Brandon is an ex.
But then you're gonna pull a knife on him, innit? You're gonna pull a knife on him, though, huh? Allegedly.
Expert troll. He's essentially like if Flacco knew less about hip hop and was somehow from the Los Angeles County area, up and coming. That's kind of like Brandon. But you feel me? The thing is, Brandon is really, really good at debating, and he's really good at getting under people's skin. However, like when he told me last time, he wants there to be peace. He wants to be able to pod with suspect. All of us over here at No Jumper having good, intelligent conversations. Do you think that he felt like he was losing? That suspect was like had the ups on him, so he had to kind of crash out at the very end?
Maybe so.
I was grilling the fuck.
Am I tweaking when I say that?
I was grilling the fuck out that.
No, I mean shit. I mean,
Anyway, I don't care about the aftermath. Fair enough. I'm gonna leave it there. I've got Jet. I'll do the second half of the show with TFATK stuff and the Kill Tony stuff later on today when I come back, when I wake up. Actually, I'll do that later. So keep an eye out for that. That'll be happening later on today. Okay, maybe about 1 p.m. Hopefully about 1 p.m. ish, because it's around 5:30 a.m. here in London town. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it there for now. That was an impromptu one because the No Jumper thing happened today. I was gonna do more TFATK stuff, but we'll do that later on today. Part 2 of this show. That'll be day, same day, but part 2. Not day 2. That's fucking cheeky. But maybe I will do day 2. Fuck it. But regardless, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you. Smash the like button if you haven't before. Subscribe to the channel, please, if you haven't as well. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys in a few hours, okay? See you guys in a few hours. I appreciate those that are still hanging in there with me. I'll see you guys very, very soon. But for now, take care. Timestamps will be added later on, so make sure you keep an eye out for that one. Join the Discord, all that good shit. I'll see you in a few hours, alright? Cool. Peace. Peace. Peace.